Bastards! You want to see a picture of loving pussy? Check this out, dude. Oh, king size bed that doesn't even fit in the fucking room. But it's cool. It's just a room full of bed and babies. Brrr. Let's see those eyes, babies. We're getting ready for some more Kale Mannies. Oh, Kale Manny time. I was like, dude, I'm cleaning my house. I'm like, dude, you haven't gone live in a couple days. Fucking go live. Get those fuckers in here, dude. Make them do it. You know what I mean? So come on, fuckers. Start cleaning. I need somebody. You grab a broom. I see Nikki's in here, of course, always. First one to pop in. Yeah. I gotta do fucking some serious house cleaning because I'm not here during the week. See? So look, watch. You can see how fucking dirty my flow. It's fucking dirty. Dirty. Look at that. Stuff. Giblets. You know what? I'm just gonna be real, dude. The giblets it's mostly just cat litter, dude. You know what I mean? It's like you can't help it. It sticks in between their toes. And fucking, what? Now there's 6 people in here? So Nikki and fucking, she went and got a couple other people. I can't even remember. Oh yeah, she probably went and got fucking Slab City News. And who else? Okay. So all 6 of you are in here now. That's cool. Yo. Damn, y'all ain't got nothing to do? Jesus Christ. That's crazy. Last Saturday, nobody. You guys want to cut some water bottles? Tell me what to do, and I'll do it, dude. Anything is open. You could fucking set my couch on fire. Okay, I'm gonna look. This is a problem area right here. Do you guys have those problem areas in your house? Every house has got them. If you say no, you're lying. And I don't even, would you deal with a liar? Well, you probably do. Chances are, if you are one, you probably do. But anyway, it's not my fucking. What's up, Philip Griffin? Now, see, Philip Griffin can have anything he wants. You could be like, I want money, I want dope, I want dick pics, right? Or I want fucking boob and vag pics. Something. Anything. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, dude, I have withheld nothing. Like, there's no reason for anybody to fucking not fuck with me other than hate, dude. That's facts. Because what have I done? Besides, like, on public witness, besides maintain a household and take care of a child. Not having a job on paper in over a decade. Having no education, no degrees, no family, no fucking, like, no tools, no fucking credit, no nothing to start up with. Just a kid. Just a kid I gotta drag around. And I did it. And it was like, coincidentally, if you've been around, you saw it happen from, like, literally sand in the desert. So it's crazy, dude. Like, you guys have some serious fucking internal shit, dude, that doesn't have to be dealt with. I can't even tell you how many customers I have, people that I deal with that are extremely wealthy people that are so fucking miserable, and they hate everybody around them. They have nothing good but negative toxicity comes out of their mouth, and they're just dropping like flies. They all get these fucking horrendous cancers. Like, I mean, you know what it's like? You know how they say, like, drinking poison and expecting the other person to die? Well, they don't just say that, dude, for no reason. It's like literally what they're doing. And you know what I think? I think they got They got everybody's motherfucking number now, dude. And they can facilitate that shit. They could facilitate that shit like that, especially if you were one of those jump in line motherfuckers that got the jab and those fucking nanoparticles, that rDNA shit, dude. Bro, you didn't even know what the fuck rDNA was, bro, before this shit came out. Dudes, if you don't knock it off, they've been working on that shit for years. And they can just fucking flick a switch, dude. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Because it's like you would think that keeping the smoker alive for longer would make your profits go up, but I don't think that it worked like that. I think it was like the fucking cancer causing shit that they put on the papers and in the tobacco. I don't know, man. Like, they knew it was killing people and they had to fuck. They still sell it, right? They still make it. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's like you can't pin anything bad on one specific behavior. I think it's like more organic than that. There's a lot of factors, but they definitely have our number and are like watching everything, and they know exactly what kind of person you are. So, you know what I decided, dude? I decided that I don't like have any big problem per se that I'm like aware of. I'm sure like it'll be made aware soon enough, but I decided like I just want to be a better person just as a whole, dude, because it's probably better lifestyle and like results. So, you know, that'll happen. God will show me some things, areas where I need work, and I'll start working on them, and that's the way it goes. What's up, Digger Dog? Good to see you, bro. So, you know, like, that's where I'm at, dude. And, you know, I think the computer fucking helps a lot with that because it knows where you're at, it knows what kind of person you are. It starts sending you fucking imagery, dude. Imagery and knowledge based on like whatever the fuck is going on with you, dude. That's how it is for me. And it's a beautiful thing, dude. Right? It's a beautiful thing because you could just be written the fuck off. You know what I mean? But I don't know. There must be something there. I got my Google tracker. You know what I mean? When you can go do that, go to your Google setting and it comes up like at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year to show you what you did last year. And maybe that's where they fucking, it's seeing the worth and taking the time to send this information, you know, and make me better as a person. Because I fucking, according to Google, I traveled enough miles in 2022 to make it halfway around the world. Half of the circumference of the world, dude. I could have made it all halfway around the world. And the carbon footprint from that was hundreds of percentile lower than your average, but it was it was you know, it was extremely low considering the miles and just there was a lot of factors because the miles were not done like I traveled halfway around the world, but it was like in a 40 square mile radius. You know what I mean? So it's like obviously I was providing a service or working, you know, something that was right, and they have all that too. They have all that information too. How many deposits you did and all that old shit and everything. But anyway, so that's good. It's because of the motorcycle, dude. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's what they're doing, man. That's what the fuck they're doing. Let's talk about it, dude. Nobody's got nothing to say. I cannot believe that there's 9 people in here. What's up, Sammy? Is that the real Sam, or is that because somebody's been coming in here as you, and then starting shit with me, and then I got sucked into it, and I come to find out it probably wasn't even you, bro. Oh well, good. I'm glad you're still at least my friend enough to come in here. Fuck. It was probably Nikki. I don't know. Just weird. That's the really weird thing, is how the computer watches somebody like act like that. Well, okay, here's the news. Okay, watch. So an employee at the Apple store claims that they reduced his pay because he was spending too much time at the water fountain. And it's like, yeah, that makes a fucking good story. Like, hey, you're denying somebody water, but no. It takes if you're really thirsty, it takes 2 seconds to fucking drink down. You're just a shitty employee. Tell the truth. Because you know what, dude? It's the truth. Anybody that's a real man will tell you, even if you're doing a job you fucking hate, time goes by 1,000 times faster, and you advance and get like fucking perks 10 times quicker when you just like try to do the job as fast and as quality as you can. Like whatever expectation is placed on you, what the quota or what the other people are doing around you, and you work. And when you're into it, dude, I fucking worked in a machine shop one time, dude, where all I was doing was threading fucking PVC pipe, dude, for sprinklers. That somebody just had a company, dude, that just fucking made sprinkler fucking shit, dude. Elbows, 90s, fucking sprinkler heads, PVC, and like threading it. It was just boring as fuck, low pay, but you know what I mean? I had a fucking AM FM radio headset on, and I would just fucking try my best to like do a good job. And I noticed that the time went by way quicker. And I like any job I've ever had, when you're like trying to do your best and work efficiently and quickly, the time goes by 1,000%. When you're looking at the clock, trying to waste time, well, maybe if I go get some water, it'll waste 3 minutes, or then maybe if I fucking, you know what I mean? Oh, I go to the bathroom, that might waste like 4 minutes. It's like, yeah, what the fuck is that? 11 minutes of your fucking time? 9 minutes? Like, that's nothing, dude. It's gonna be a long haul for you, bro. You know what I mean? And that's true. Like, don't try to fucking spin the story. The motherfucker's a shitty employee, dude. I bet you, you make pretty fucking good money at working for iPhone. Like, legitimate, real iPhone? Would you, anybody know? Does anybody have any idea? That's probably a hard fucking job to even get, dude. Like, they're not just gonna take some fucking kook. You know what I mean? Even to work on an assembly line, dude. Okay, I got an uncle. It's an electrical contractor, and one of his contracts is a laptop factory in Irvine. Okay, it's Toshiba. It belongs to Toshiba Corporation, and fucking I've been on there many times with him, and that fucking shit, bro. Like all the employees, yeah, dude. A lot of them are from fucking here in Tijuana. A lot of them are from like areas of heavy Hispanic population over there, but they all have like really nice cars and they're really responsible people. And you gotta have like 10 fucking security badges just to get in to fucking one area. And then there's a sterilization factor, bro, that's real. Like when you're dealing with microchips and stuff. And I'm just telling you, dude, like it's not a fucking. It's like even if it's a factory, like minimum fucking entry level job, there's definitely like if working for iPhone, I don't believe there's a glass ceiling over your head. I believe like you could work there and fucking like probably make a lot of money after 20 or 30 years. You know, if you're like productive and Little window washing man, Randy. I don't know. That sounds familiar. Um, I don't know. I fucking know this, bro. I was looking at Ricky Rackman, and that dude looks fucking exactly like him, dude. Like, they're probably fucking brothers and shit, dude. And he even fucking talks like him, kinda. It's crazy. I was like, whoa. Like, how about this one, you guys? Do you believe that they make fucking, like, famous people have clones made? And they're just like, I'm not paying for that shit. Like, fuck it. There's stupid people out there fucking adopt it out. Like, some dumb fucking cuck will probably adopt that thing and fucking pay for it. And then whenever we need a kidney or whatever, we just scoop them up, dude. Because, like, how you see motherfuckers, bro. I swear to God, I seen somebody, big motherfucker. I can't think of who it was. I'm trying to think. It looked exactly like this motherfucker. And celebrities, you see it all the time. You know it, dude. I think they have like labs for that shit in Russia, dude. Maybe even Ukraine. Well, that's what that shit was all about. Because you know when, like, just on TikTok, there are exact clones of fucking that are like have accounts and are famous and shit, and they look like Keanu Reeves. There's a fucking what's that fucking broad's name, dude? But it looks exactly like him, dude. And that's probably it. They're either escaped fucking clones or they fucking, you know what I mean? Like, they make a lot of them. Probably whatever. Some of them fucking go rogue and shit. I don't know. Maybe that dude was one of Ricky Rackman's clones. He said he was terrorizing somebody, dude. What if it was Ricky Rackman, dude? Whoa, that'd be crazy, huh? Would you guys believe me then that I was psychic? You already believe me now a little bit, huh? Fuck, that dude's like a prophet, remember? I seen in one of his streams one time, he was like, dude, I'm basically like a prophet. I was like, is that a joke? Is that material? Are you doing material? Like, I think he was dead ass too. I was just like, whoa. Okay, down, Tiger. Same team, dude. Same team. Believe it or not, we're all on the same team. You know what I mean? Dude, what if we go to war with China or Russia? You guys gonna be hating, acting like fucking dumbasses then? Or are you gonna fucking, are we gonna do this shit, dude? You know what I mean? Fuck. It's like, how long are you gonna choke each other out, dude, before we start like realizing it's much more profitable to start choking fucking Chinese people and Russians? Huh? Or no? What do you guys think about that balloon, dude? What do you think about that fucking balloon, dude? I think it's this. I think it was a test run to see what we would do. Because we've been invading people's space and talking spicy. And like, let's see what they would do. Nothing. So if it did have a payload on it, it would have fucking got dropped. You know what I mean? Or if you blow it up, you're fucked either way. You know what I mean? Except for I don't think nuclear works like that. I don't think just because you blow it up or make an explosion around it, that's not what fucking splits the atom. What splits the atom is, I'll explain it to you if you want to know. E equals mc squared. The E is for energy. Okay? The mass, the M is for mass, and I don't know why they use a C, but C is the speed of light squared. So you have to be, so that means 2 times, right? So if you take a mass of an object, which we used a hydrogen molecule, and we slammed both of those pieces together at the speed of light, and where the 2 comes in, you know, the times 2, the squared, is because you use a centrifuge to split a molecule into 2 parts. Okay, so you know how you have hydrogen is hydrogen, water is hydrogen and oxygen, two molecules of oxygen. Well, you put it in a centrifuge and it spins it around so fast that it actually separates the hydrogen from the oxygen, and you get H3, which is called heavy water. And now you take that particle, right, and you make two objects, and the objects have to fit inside of each other. It's like a mold. You'll make like a triangular projectile and a triangular opening made out of hydrogen, dude. Okay? And an explosion is detonated behind each one that is the speed of light squared, because there's one happening here and one happening on the other side, and they come together in that perfect mold, right? That's mass being times together at the speed of light squared, equaling a great amount of energy. But it only works because they separate the molecules and then they make a mold that fits inside of another mold perfectly, and they slam those together at the same time. And one of those fucking atoms will split, and that's how they do it. Okay? So you can't just like throw a grenade at it or blow it up, then it might just blow up. And they're like, yeah, you have radioactive material and all that shit and everything, but it's not going to be the big fucking explosion mushroom cloud unless you have detonations behind two perfectly formed projectiles that are made out of pure molecules. And so, we don't use hydrogen anymore. We found uranium works better with that. I think that's what they use, plutonium and uranium now. You know what I mean? And that's what I was getting Iran in trouble, is they had a centrifuge, man. That's what kept busting them, is they have a centrifuge. It's the size of a warehouse, dude. And it just goes around to separate fucking, you could do it, it's in the hospitals. They have centrifuges on the table in any waiting room because you put blood in there and you could separate the fucking hemoglobin from, you know what I mean, the rest of the blood. So, but that's what you do, dude. That's how you do it, dude. So, like, if we did, they were like, we can't blow it up, it's too dangerous. Like, no, but what are we going to do on the next one? The next time that thing starts coming this way, they need to blow it up, dude, over the ocean, because that's going to tell them. Like, right now, you're telling them, we're not going to do anything. If you send something floating over here, we're not going to do shit. And fucking, you could, like, have a nuclear device on there. Because I told you, man, everything else, the hypersonic missile, the fucking, the Poseidon, all of that shit is theoretical. Nobody's ever seen it happen, dude. The only thing we've ever seen happen is guys pushing a fucking payload of an atomic device out of the back of a cargo plane being flown over a fucking drop zone, and that's it. We've never seen anything else. So it's all just like, you know what I mean? Like, one person's saying they have this, and you know, like, we spy on each other and we're pretty sure, like, oh, this is what they're making. This is like, we know, but we don't really know, dude. All we really know is that if that thing, it's only been delivered the old-fashioned way. Like, we've never fucking launched one out of the fucking atmosphere and back in to Earth's orbit. And then somebody else was saying how Russia's economy is smaller than God, they were describing some place, I want to say Italy or something, but it's like their fucking size of their country, dude, to have a fucking economy the size of tiny little Italy in the European Union it's not, the reason that's important is because when they were talking about the hypersonic missiles and shit that started, like, fueled the Cold War. That's what bankrupted Russia, because Ronald Reagan was a space race, remember, and the fucking Star Wars program, and fucking just in the pursuit of that, you know what I mean, they fucking bankrupted themselves because they didn't have the kind of resources that we had. So all those weapons have to be maintained. I was watching a program on what it takes. They have to be like hyper cool, dude. You have to keep plutonium and shit so fucking cool And like, dude, it's crazy, dude, the kind of shit. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, like a month or a year, whatever it is, like per device, dude. And then you supposedly have like hundreds of thousands of devices, whatever, but like per each one, dude, it costs so much to maintain that. And then like to do that for the last, what, 35, 40 fucking years, you've been doing that, even though your fucking economy, your whole country collapsed. You have like a different flag, a whole different system. They didn't even have voting before. Like you've had several regimes. Like it's like totally fucking different, dude. You know what I mean? And you had the money to maintain those weapons. Like it's not true, dude. It's not true. Maybe they're just getting into it now, but it's got to be the old-fashioned way, dude. And I think that's what China was testing. Well, let's see if we could put something on what they would do. And they didn't do anything, right? And they say it has a payload on it. Okay. Now, and to see if it even works. Like if this even works. Because you don't want to show your holding cards. Like right now, everybody's like, oh, I don't know. And like if you did a strike, now you know, dude. So like think about this. And they had a couple over South America. Like they're probably trying to see, is it possible to use the jet stream? Is the jet stream reliable enough to get multiple payloads to multiple targets at the same time? Because that's what it would take, dude. If you had to go fight a war, they were saying something about to take over Brazil, because it's easy and it'd be a gateway into Venezuela and the other surrounding countries. And that is like on a whole different continent, right? That's what fucked Hitler up, is like he was fighting a front in Africa, Europe, right? Like there was a lot of fucking, you know what I mean? Like a lot of theaters. America, dude, we're fighting in Japan, in Europe. Like think about that. Africa, like, dude, what if, and they fucking had one over Bolivia or something yesterday, one of those balloons too, dude. It might like still be there too. But like, it was a good test run. I think it was a test run. So the next time those things come, we have to fucking blow them out of the sky to show that we are monitoring it and that we're not going to let anybody do that. The next ones, dude, they're probably going to have something on it. I don't know. That supercomputer said that they said, what is going to happen in 2023? And that supercomputer, the AI, said every country, every superpower in the world was going to be fighting against each other somewhere. There was going to be every country was going to be at war with some other country somewhere on the earth. And then all of a sudden, fucking Zordan the Magnificent is going to show up with his fucking armada of ships, and they're going to surround the earth and remind earthlings, you know, who the real supreme being is. And then all the armies of the earth turn and work together and nuke this thing. And then this thing like vaporizes some fucking part of the earth to show them, you know, the power of fucking Zoldan the Great. And then it disappears. Or they say it arrives on their planet, Nibiru, which is like in a it's like a galaxy that, you know how planets go around the solar system? Well, there's also galaxies that go around, and this one is on a trajectory that comes around every fucking thousands of years, which maybe that explains why the Egyptians and people like thousands of years ago had experiences. And you know what I mean? If we're their experiment, and they ain't tripping, this planet here, and when we're back in thousands of years, it'll be like more evolved or more whatever. It's just a trip, dude. Why would AI say that? I mean, I know why, because AI only has the information that it hears and learns from watching us and listening and looking at us, everything we're doing. Its whole existence is just based on what the human experience has been. So that's like shit that everybody talks about and everything, and it's all our movies, and So I actually am doing work. You want to see this? Look at how much fucking cat hair, dude. Is that disgusting or what? If I don't do it, it's just gonna, like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Cliff? I'm glad to see you, bro. Glad to see you, Cliffy. Damn, you would do that, Sam? That's all it would take, huh? It's just somebody opening up their home and giving you money and like I agree, dude. Help you establish credit and like um don't forget pussy, dude. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Your dick's not rotten yet. You know what I mean? Like don't forget to remind them that and like I feel you, dude. And then you probably would have like a reason to live. You know what I mean? When you get up and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get drunk and fucking look for somebody to fucking start a fight with. Like, oh, here comes some old lady. Like, hey, you know what? No, fuck it. I got too much to live for now. Stoney gave me a job and fucking is establishing my. Like, come on, bro. It never happened in a million years, right? Tell him, Stoney. If Stoney fucking did that, bro, you'd be fucking running her through the ringer, dude. You know what I mean? She would never get rid of you. She'd be like, fuck. You'd probably start yelling at her like you did that, like that one day. Like it's right before payday. She has a couple bills to be paid. You know what I mean? A bunch of monies, like, and things are like coming up missing. So it's like not like the best mood or like whatever. And then you come in and you're like, hey, you're gonna leave? You're leaving for work? Well, you're gonna leave me $20? Well, you know what I mean? It's like I don't have $20. I'm like, I got like $7. This is like my lunch. You know what I mean? Are you gonna be like, oh, you fuck goddamn bitch, and like hobble over there and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Let's just, and then Tommy Shepard might not be there to fucking save her, dude. That's not cool. It's not even cool to suggest that shit. You know what I mean? Anybody but Stoney. I mean, you know what I mean? But I will say this. Now, Sam and Jose, that could be a good partnership because they both like abuse. They both are like to drink. They both like to fucking they're living the hobo dream, right? And let me ask you this, dude, and you guys got to hit it up, dude, in the comments for real. Who would be the girl in that relationship? Because I already got my answer. It's obvious, right? It's the one we all thought was a girl. Right? Says the straight gay guy. God. I wish I could hear you guys. I wish we were on fucking TikTok where we could all, like, everybody could panel up, dude. I mean, I'm sure you could do that here. I just don't know. I guess I should start, like, pushing buttons. There's Johnny Cockring, dude. My favorite name in the game. Oh, God. It's so, like, dude, that Johnny Cockring is like an advertiser's dream come true. He's like the guy that comes to the advertising site and be like, oh, I need some help. I'm trying to build a brand. I need a logo. And I'm like, what's your name? I'm like, Johnny Cockring. And I'm like, oh my God. Never underestimate the power of a cock ring. You know, I mean, like, fuck, dude. The it's limitless, dude. It's limitless, dude. Dude. Ha ha ha. Oh my God. Dang. I kind of want to cut some bottles, dude. I had a thing though. Watch. I saw something. There was something, dude. Let me try to remember, dude, because I just got bombarded with information. I'm really like really trying to think. I saw something cool, dude. That would be like, oh shit, like for cutting with the comma sickles. Oh, you know what? The thing is, oh, fuck, dude. I fucking found a bunch of mushrooms and I think they were like really good ones, dude. And I was gonna ask you guys maybe to, like maybe somebody could ID him for me, you know, and like I could hold him up. I fucking left him in the truck, dude. Damn. Which is good. Like maybe they'll make spores and make more. I don't know what the grow period on them was, but you know what it was? It was the kind that looked like it has a long, hollow, dry, white shaft, and then a kind of like a penis head. It's like it's not like an umbrella. It's more like a penis head, but it's honeycombed, like tripe almost. So it's like a honeycomb tripe fucking tip, dude, on it, and then when that is real wet and fucking I think it was like that's where the blues and blacks like starkly. I was like, oh fuck, and then they like come out of like this capsule in the ground, which is weird. There's like a protective like fungus bowl that it makes. It's like filled with like this water like slime kinda and that shaft just comes out of it like super easy, like it's just resting there, like it makes its own perfect like fucking nest, dude. And but that honeycomb tripe head should be an indication, dude, right? Or that's probably a family. That's probably like, oh, that's fucking Myosea salicata or some shit. You know what I mean? Like the fucking has that characteristic. I'll bet you, dude. It was pretty fucking cool. But I put it in a piece of paper and it's in the back of my truck. So and it was wet. And it's moist and there's a lot of plant decomposition around it. So it's definitely gonna do a spore print. Probably start growing on something, hopefully. I just don't know, dude. And like I didn't know that those little black ones, those little umbrella ones that come up that are real fragile and small and they turn black and then they melt into like a black slime. Like those are fucking psilocybin like a motherfucker, dude. I didn't know that. I had those like all over, dude. Like I tell dude, Wakataka gives me the hookup, but I just don't know any better. Cause I'm going that grass, dude, that sweetgrass. You know, that's like serious shit, dude. Like Lakota priesthood believes that that's Mother Earth's hair. You know what I mean? Anybody that has hair knows you gotta take care of that shit. It's a bitch. So like you're literally caretaking fucking Mother Nature's hair, dude. There's like a huge like reward, like a huge like benefit to that, dude. And it's part of it's on fucking mushrooms everywhere, dude. And they're always in the garden wherever I have, but I don't know any better. So they just fucking. Oh fuck! I just wet my hair and brushed it. Fuck! I didn't wash it though. God damn it! Should have fucking washed it. Let me go see if this is happening here. Look at this. Okay, I have gas. This fucking back room is a disaster. Alright, alright. That's all on. Okay, let's see. Alright. Dude, my son, you know, like, I guess this is a little boy thing. Like little boys don't want to take showers. They're always all muddy and shit. Well, that's this motherfucker. Well, I tell him, hey, man, you gotta go, bro. You're gonna get me in trouble. You know what I mean? Like, can't this school, these people like that. And like, yeah, and it's dark when we leave, dude, in the morning. So I can't, like, see all the time, and I'm all rushing and shit. And I'm like, Dude, I seen a fucking like dirt ring on his neck. I'm just like, you motherfucker, dude. Telling me no, I don't need all this shit, and you're going out there like that. You know what I mean? And like, what's the first thing people think, dude? Oh, that dirtbag dad, what a fucking junkie. Alex! Get in the shower now.
Okay.
Listen to me. You put soap on that fucking loofah and wash your neck, behind your ears. Look at that. Look at it. You look.
Okay.
Okay? Go.
There's a lot of Lego on that thing after that.
Bring a towel with you. Here. Over that wood. You want the
Hey, Dad,
blue one?
Can you make sure that the cats don't break my Lego in there?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fuck, I gotta go check on him too. Cause he'll just fucking stand there. Hey, do all that stuff first. You hear me?
What?
Because the water's gonna turn cold quick.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. It's not like I gotta like fucking. I mean, it's like adjusted or something. In a way. That's why I went out there and fucked with it right now. Anyway, back to my fucking cleaning here. I'm gonna go dump this fur trap. God damn, that's a crazy amount of fur, dude. It's insane. I've got some calls for some babies already from some people that I already sold some babies to. One of the chicks is alright, dude. She's alright, dude. And I was kind of like, the first time. And then, like, I don't know, like, she was just kind of like, all, like, rushing on. I'm like, okay. And then, like, fucking, she found me on TikTok, dude. And I seen it. And she's got, like, TikToks of the cats, too. They're fucking, like, kind of little superstars on there. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. You know what I mean? And now, of course, is like, all, you have any more little babies? I'm like, yes, sir. They're coming. Other people too, dude. I hope so, because, man, it was a dud fucking last year. Just a dud. And then afterwards, after they're all gone, I got a bunch of fucking calls, man. You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, dude. You know what makes it tough, man? Is that kittens are just like humans, dude. Like, nobody wants no fucking adult ass fucking baby, dude, or like some adopted fucking, like, nobody wants your fucking dysfunctional like teenager and shit, dude, getting fucking pubes and their fucking tuchus juice all over the fucking you know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. People want like newborn babies, dude. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's adopting your fucking, I don't know. I think, like, people probably get bummed, dude. Like, you know, like, couples and shit, and they're, like, they find out that the process is fucked or whatever, or if you don't, like, have money, and then, like, you're just, like, happy to get anything you can, and then they fucking give you, like, some 12-year-old fucking Ukrainian kid, and you're like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? You know what I mean? Like, you know it, dude. Come on, dude. So, fucking, that's how cats are too. It's just a small window, dude. It's like nobody wants fucking cats. They want kittens, dude. Even though you're like, I got like quality cats, bro. They're like so good, and they're just like not even that. They're just barely out of the kitten stage, and they're like, oh man, we want a kitten. It's like, bitch, you know that fucking stage only lasts like fucking like 10 to 20 weeks, man. And by the time you're getting them, they're well over 10 weeks. You know what I mean? It's already half gone. You're just looking at a matter of a couple of weeks. Well, I guess you want your couple of weeks, right? You know what I mean? But I don't know, dude. Hopefully cat people figure out that cats are they've got it down, the harmonic resonance. Healing frequency. This is why this is the real reason that I fuck with cats, dude. Because if you do it right and you become a part of their pack, you're not a dominant, or you're not this force that fucking comes and like nature, you know what I mean? It provides for you, and but don't fucking fuck with it. Don't get near me. Like, no, dude, it has to be, you have to be like part of their pack where they think you're a part of their pack. And because what they do to themselves and each other is they go into this healing frequency, and it's not just at night. That's why they say like cat naps and fucking like throughout the day. And I think this has a lot to do with why Egyptian culture, they were living in very harsh environments. They really needed that healing frequency, dude. So it's a fact. I've watched it. They live by the sword. Okay? They fucking cut and gash each other on the daily. I have seen these motherfuckers have all the hair removed from the back leg, all the meat gone, and it fucking grows back slowly. I've seen horrendous shit happen to my cats personally, and they fucking go right into that healing frequency. And in fact, that's what they do to each other all night. It's probably how you could live. I said, how the fuck can you live like this? Like, even if a human's not taking care of you, and you're covered in fleas, and you have no ability to get them off. Like, at least monkeys sit there and pick at each other all day. Like, you can't do shit, dude, on the natch. How do they do it? Like, especially when I see some like stray tomcats. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do they do it? Or any cat? It's because of that healing frequency, dude. So I figured out a long time ago that you have to be a member of their pack, though. They won't do it to some dominating figure, because they have to be completely released of all like fear and inhibition. It's almost like meditating, dude. You know what I mean? Except they're not humans. So they can't, like, they're on a fucking much more survival animalistic level. So for them to put aside fear and fucking vulnerability, you know, it's going to happen like in the presence of the whole pack. You know what I mean? And then that's what happens, dude. And so anytime I'm sick with a cold, anything like that, dude, they really come on. Like one or two will come on every night, because they also have their spots. And you're a warm body, right? You're the alpha of the pack. So like if you could be like their spot, that's really good. And I notice like the most dominant ones, they'll get that, they have me like as a spot. So I got like 3, dude, like without fail, that are in the bed every night right on me. And I could feel, I'm telling you, dude, that healing frequency, dude. If I'm sick, like the other day I got sick from my son's cold or whatever. I mean, I took COVID tests and it wasn't COVID, dude, which I want to say, I feel gypped. It's just like murder hornets. Like every time that I get sick and I don't test positive for COVID, I feel like I'm getting gypped, dude. Or like the murder hornet shit. Like, I'm ready, motherfucker. Bring it. You know what I mean? And then where are the murder hornets at? Like, there's no murder hornets. What happened? You know? You gypped me, dude, of a good time. So that's how I feel. And it wasn't COVID. But so look, I'm saying that the motherfuckers, dude, every one of them came in. All 8 of them. And they were covered my whole body, dude. And it was like, I could feel it too. All the purring ones. And I try to like give them all pets, you know, keep them right there. And that fucking cold's gone, dude. You know what I mean? It was kicking Alex's ass. And he's a fucking, you know, because of the abuse that the mother did when he was a baby, there's something about him, dude. Like, he just fucking flails around. He'll end up sleeping in like one position, and when you wake up in the morning, he's like flipped over, like his head's over this way now and his feet over with a pillow. Like, it's crazy. Like, he does not stop moving all night. And you know, that's why none of the cats fuck with him. So you know, being at peace fucking helps a lot. It's probably why Sam carries around a fucking cat with him. Have you noticed? He's always getting a cat, because he probably fucking figured something out about the healing frequency, dude. You know, or maybe doesn't even know why. He does it because they'll be affectionate too. They're affectionate. It's weird that they live by the sword, but yet they're able to show extreme affection for their pack or even others. Like I see, like the neighborhood cats, they don't even fight anymore. They see, like it's all a fucking community, pretty much. You know what I mean? I guess you know what? Maybe if there was no females, then it might be a different story. But it's like everybody's cats are paired up, so it's like when this one's down here, these ones just go down there, and vice versa. So they're not like there's no fighting at all. I see them kicking it actually, and but every now and then I'll hear the shit, and I gotta break it up. And you know who it is? It's the fucking juvenile adolescent, because he just hasn't learned any better. Typical, right? Just like fucking life, huh? Just like humans in a lot of ways. Spin the pookie, what does that mean? I could tell you're about as hip as a fucking block of wood with words like that. It's called twirling, bro, because you twirl the pipe. You know what I mean? You could also say 10 to 2, 10 to 2, like, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock on a fucking clock, because that's the angle that they like to spin that pipe, I guess. You're probably so unhip you don't even know why they spin the pipe. I'm not even a tweaker and I know why. I'll burn all your dope. Just because I just don't know what I'm doing. But I've seen people, first of all, you know how you know when you made it, dude? You know how you know when you made it? When people make fake accounts, dude. And like your name can be manipulated. That's a brand. Because you can't fucking manipulate a non-brand. Nobody would get it. It wouldn't even fucking work. It would be pointless. So it's cool, dude, that I have a brand. That's the exact reason why I have my moderators to not fucking block anybody, because you don't realize how much of a favor you're doing for me, dude. And I'll just leave it at that, because if I fucking shoot my mouth off too much, then you might not do the favor for me anymore. Yeah, it's pretty fucking, pretty boring, my life, actually. Work all week. Saturday's my only day off to fucking clean and do laundry. So that's what I'm doing. Wait, let me go check on this fucker. Because that's what tweakers do, right? That's how I could tell that you're about as hip as a fucking chunk of wood, camel toe. Because you fucking are clueless, dude. You know what I mean? Like tweakers do not clean their fucking house. They don't take care of children. They just chase tweak all day. And they definitely don't have a fucking house, like let alone a 2-story house that I'm in all by myself. There'd be 10 motherfuckers here. Right or wrong? Hey, let me see. Okay, all right. Good boy. Soap up good though. Get all that dirt off behind your ears. Dude, how would you know that? You can't speak, bro. You don't know that. You have no fucking drug experience. You're a fucking square. You don't know what they're doing. All you know is what you see on the internet and fucking stupid fake fucking shit like Breaking Bad. You could tell by the way you fucking talk and act, and just the fact that you have nothing going on a fucking Saturday. That's what I think's funny. You know what I mean? other than fucking trying to like say you're not gonna fucking make me upset, bro. I made money this week. I didn't have money. So it's like, that's fucking cool. And I didn't have any money to spend last week, you know what I mean? But I had money to make it to the next week where I had all these calls, because that's what tweakers do too, right? They save money for fucking rainy days and shit, right? I think they have criminal records too, but don't quote me on that. You know what I mean? Have you ever met a tweaker that's never been to prison? Oh, probably you. But then you would have known fucking at least a fucking word, like twirling one or something, you know what I mean? Not like whatever you said that was like the dumbest thing. Oh, let's go shoot the pokey. Like, bro, what, is this 1870s? Oh yeah, that's right. We're dealing with somebody that's as hip as a fucking chunk of wood. We've already established that. And that's the best you could come up with, you know what I mean? You're dealing with a straight gay dude here, you know what I mean? That fuck was at a pedo camp in the middle of the desert, and the fucking most burning fucking thing you could come up with is camel toe. Like, bro, just stop, dude. And the best part is you're on my channel, bitch. You know what I mean? How much more of a punk bitch could you be, dude? You're on my channel just to tell me that, and the fucking thing is if I'm on here and there's only 9 people, that's 9 more people than you had in your shit, you punk bitch. And it doesn't matter if there's 49 people. If nobody leaves a comment or engages the chat, it's fucking goombats. Okay? So you are actually helping me more than you know, dude. It's just like that Google shit. You don't even know what the fuck is being fucking heard and said and tracked and fucking recorded. But it is. And they sent me a report, you know what I mean? About how good it was. Like, my fucking mileage was enough to go halfway around the world. What did you do last year? I bet you fucking dick. Because nobody could travel halfway around the world and the world not work on them as a person a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you would learn stuff about yourself. You would have a different perspective for sure. Especially on people in the community that are like known for traveling or survival. And so like just the fact that you're still fucking clueless tells me like where you're at in life, dude. Which is like I said before, not make me hate you, dude. It makes me feel sorry for you. Because you're definitely not the caliber of person that could just pick their shit up and leave in the matter of fucking... Bro, you're not. I don't believe you. I think you got on a plane and that counts as travel. Mike, Brian, I could get on a plane for $64, okay, 164 for a show, and go to New York and tell everybody I traveled 3,000 miles. Bro, I went enough miles to make it halfway around the world. You know how many miles the world is around? It doesn't, bro, if you painted yourself and showed me that you were a perfect person, that you were like the most, like you never did drugs, you never did anything, but you have these character defects where you have to fuck with somebody and you're so fucking, you're obviously scared to show your face. You're obviously too insecure to show who you are. A real motherfucking G puts on his face and go, yeah, dude, I think you're like this, you punk bitch motherfucker. I've done it. Like, you know what I mean? To people that would beat my ass in real life if it really came down to it. But you know what? Because I'm not a punk, I'll step up, bro, even if it's to get my ass kicked. I'm not going to let anybody, I'm not going to hide in anonymity. And then that, what does John Waters call it? That quiet desperation. That quiet desperation builds up inside you so hard that you just have to get on the internet and type a comment. Bro, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words that you had to type and find each fucking thing because I'm driving something inside of you. Like you watch all this other shit and you can't You don't feel anything, but for some reason, when you watch me, you feel something, dude. Something enough to go this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 comments, dude. I don't even have 17 comments in here since I started the fucking thing an hour and 20 minutes ago. And I don't even think that I don't think anybody would sit and listen to you, dude, or look at you for an hour and 20 minutes. I don't think that you could hold somebody's attention for 20 minutes before they would just be like, oh, dude, okay, you know what I mean? Because you're so quick to say, and I've never smoked meth. Like, that's an accomplishment. That's not an accomplishment, bro. That's called normal life. Like, 90% of human beings on earth have never smoked meth. It's not even an option. Like, for that to be something you're proud of, that shows how pathetic you really are, dude. You know what I mean? Pathetic and probably scared to live. And I just feel sorry. All I can do is feel sorry for you, dude. You know what I mean? Because I do have people that like want to put their private parts, dude. You know what I mean? And that's fact, bro. In fact, that's most people, dog. You know what I mean? So I can't be mad, dog. And then I made a whole bunch of money last week. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, I had to get up early to get my kid ready and take him across international borders because, you know, I appreciate having an ocean view and fucking, you know what I mean? A 2-story beach house for $450 a month. You know what I mean? And that probably burns your ass too. You're just wasting your fucking time and money. I got a guy. Oh, dude, I love crack, Shed Gang. Dude, if I had like a fat fucking come down, I might smoke. But you know what? I wouldn't because it was cool at the time, but it's not cool now. And it's all or nothing, dude. Because like I noticed that like if you get a really good, like just to smoke for like a week straight, like you'll get to the point where you'll just hit that shit and then you don't even need to come down. You're just like, whatever, dude. You know what I mean? Like that's what I noticed at the height of my fucking days. But I don't know though, dude. You know why I wouldn't? Because I don't want to lose any weight, man. Life is fucking yeah, please do. Please share it. Please no. Bro, triggered means somebody's mad. I am getting I have a passion. I get impassioned because psychology, that's what like I took in college and it kind of fascinated me and I know a lot about it and I can see what's happening in you and the reason why you're doing it. And then especially when you say something like that, that's not even an accomplishment, but you tout it as an accomplishment. That's probably what you do with the rest of your life. You're probably that one guy that somebody fucking like gave you a fucking job like at a cool place. And now all of a sudden you're telling everybody, you know what I mean? Like you made it to this fucking, you did it by yourself. You made it to the, you know what I mean? Like somebody gave him a job as a fucking, as a grip, you know what I mean? On a non-union fucking movie set. And now this motherfucker's telling everybody how, you know, like he's in the industry and he fucking, you know what I mean? All this shit. Like I've seen it, bro. I've seen a motherfucker work on a construction site, you know, for 2 years. And then, you know, he's going around telling everybody he's an engineer. You know, I'm a structural engineer, right? Dude, in the tree business, right? Because you're dealing with like real men, you know what I mean? Real men that actually will climb up 100 feet and fucking with nothing but spikes and a lanyard and a chainsaw and buck that shit down, right? And there's, you know what I'm saying? There's 12 people there and only fucking 3 of them have the fucking balls to do it, right? So that's adrenaline and ego you're dealing with here. And so it's fucking rampant, dude, in our industry. Like I see people all the time, they'll come out and fucking, you know, prune fucking 3 trees or they're doing it for 2 seconds. The next thing you know, they're a fucking tree expert, fucking arborist, professional climber, all this shit. Like I've seen it, dummy. Like you are that guy because you just fucking said, like as if it was some kind of accomplishment, I've never done tweak, which if you had any real accomplishments, that's what you would have said. Motherfucker, I fucking passed the bar exam in 3 different states, fool. I've been practicing law in Georgia and Tennessee for 27 years. Like that's an accomplishment, homie, that somebody would say if they had an accomplishment. But like if you like sat on a computer and fucking hate streamed people or fucking trolled people, or and then got on a plane to fucking New Jersey to see your grandmother or whatever, you know what I mean? You see your grandmother's fucking dead corpse probably. Then now all of a sudden I've traveled thousands of miles and I've never tweaked. Like, that's your accomplishment, bro? That's supposed to make me feel bad? That's just showing me what a fucking boob you are. Because a real motherfucker. But you know why nobody would ever say it? Because nobody that passed the bar degree in 3 different states would be sitting on a motherfucking computer listening to anything that this dumb motherfucker had to say. And yet you're completely obsessed with me, dude. And I believe that I could put my private parts in your mouth. And that's what the real problem is. You know what I mean? As if I can't have you, Aljo. Nobody can. Crazy, dude. It's crazy that you're probably no, I was bragging about what Google bragged on my behalf to me of what I did. And the fact that the carbon footprint for that was so small, and the fact that it was providing a service. See what I mean? They know exactly what you do, homie. That's why you're stuck, dude. Even if the computer is just bullshit, you're still stuck in that hateful thing. Well, I got a big smile on my face, and I'm sitting here petting Puffy and getting ready to, me and my son, probably going to play VR or whatever. And hey, and I'm hitting the fucking vaporizing pen, so it's even more fun and cool. And that's it, bro. And fucking bro, I guarantee, bro, no. That motherfucker had to go to a therapist and fucking see help long before the fucking hobo army, right? That's when he was on Ricky Rackman's fucking army, dog. Right? They had to put, I think that motherfucker got locked up, homie, or they was gonna do charges. Definitely got a restraining order put on him. And meds, and that's facts. But don't, even though that person has said shitty things about me, that person, I still feel sorry for, because I know what it's like to not have a father, dude. And I know what it's like to have somebody else's father, and it's not the same. And it's not the same because I know what it's like to have somebody else's son, and it's fucked. It's bullshit, and it ain't the same, dude. You know, who's this little dirty motherfucker, dude? You know what I mean? It's always gonna be. And especially if, like, you got, like, things and problems, and, bro, you're from a broken home. There's no way you're not gonna have problems. And then in your teenage years and your most vulnerable shit, it's like, dude, that's just when it spirals out of control. And you could feel like, bro, and then you're at that person's, like, you don't have the esteem to ever take off and fly on your own wings. So you're kind of trapped, just, you know what I mean? Like, as a glorified butler for, that sucks. For somebody else's fucking dad, fuck that. Where's my fucking dad at? Why don't I? You know what I mean? Like, does the motherfucker have any children of his own? Does he have any children of his own? And India just came out with a cure for cancer that's going to be released for the general public within the next 10 years. But it doesn't matter anyway, bro. I don't want to be fucking here. I don't care. If I got cancer tomorrow and died, one of my best friends in the tree business that does exactly what I do for a living, and has acquired a lot of properties in San Diego, and has a very fucking well-standing community. Things that I'll never achieve with tree work. But he just died. And none of that means shit, dude. And it really has me thinking, like, what, dude? The only reason you're doing this is because you might, like, have a promise or a attempt at that stuff, and you just seeing that stuff doesn't mean shit, dude. And it couldn't do shit for him. but he wasted his life doing it. And it's like, you're not hurting my feelings, bro, by telling me that, I shouldn't probably be doing this, because I'm kind of on the same page, bro. I'm probably not going to be doing it much longer, because it's just fucking worthless. Dude, can you grow a fucking head of hair on you? I bet you that's another thing. Everything about me, dude, is the reason that you hate me. So I'll bet you have no fucking hair. You're probably not much to look at. You're probably boring as a fucking rock. We've already established you're as hip as a fucking goddamn chunk of wood. You know what I mean? Just with the kind of fucking terminology and stuff that you use. Most people are cool. They don't even care what's going on. You know what I mean? Just if people are cool and this is what they're doing, then, this is what they're doing. But, like, to put your fucking nose in other people's like that, it's a sign, dude, of a very serious character deficiency, dude. Very serious. It's very serious. Because look at how much time you've already wasted today on me, dude. And I can say that. I can vulnerably say, this motherfucker is willing to give me his fucking time and his undivided attention, because there's nothing I've said that you didn't respond to. So I know the truth has got to hurt, and I'm glad you're getting it, because you're going to sleep on it and you're going to think about this. Just like when people go to church and stuff, you're going to be thinking about this, bro, all tonight. You're going to be working through some things now. And that's it, bro. You know what I mean? It's been an hour and 21 minutes, dipshit. And go figure, you're detached from reality too. No, not that. So you don't have anything to do. I already know it's you, Nikki. You probably you just grew another pockmark on your face. That's why you have those, right? And computers watching everything. That's probably why you're becoming more hateful, because everything is beginning to spiral out of control for you. You're going to watch Mad Max Cancer get cured. Okay? You're going to watch him get cured and get the ultimate hookup and end up losing a lot of weight and fixing other areas of his life, like his teeth and his self-esteem. And he's going to get on there and he's going to be slaying, dude. And you... you're just going to watch, and it's going to burn your ass. And then you're going to get a diagnosis that you already knew was coming, because there's no way you could have rot in yourself like that, dude, and not do it. And then guess what's going to happen, dude? Just like that dude in the fucking tree business who was not a good person. Like, there's nothing you could say. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, man, that's fucked up that the more shit you think about this fucking dude, you know what I mean? Now that he's gone, like, there's not too much you could say about the motherfucker good. In fact, a lot of stuff you say is like kind of fucking underhanded. How the motherfucker, you know what I mean? And when you think about it, you go, yeah, of course. You think God's going to let some underhanded motherfucker like that talk all that shit, dude, in rep, and then just fucking, like, with no consequence? No, like, bro, your minimum consequence is that people in here have you pegged and that you can't expose yourself for who you are. Tell me a man on planet Earth that feels like a man by hiding his identity. Like, that's literally the opposite of what men try to do. Men's egos, they want people to know their fucking name and who the fuck they are, dude. Especially if you're making fun of somebody. Or there's my real queen right there. Oh yeah. No, he already got out. Thank you though. That's good of you. That's a good. Dude, you want to hear what's fucked up? Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me. This is gonna be a good thirst trap, a TikTok thirst trap. Dude, he said the teacher was reading a book about like somebody's mom like dying of cancer, or like catching some shit or something, and like disappearing. It was like fucking sad. And he said like he felt like crying, and he didn't even like want to he didn't want the other kids to see him, so he didn't know what else to do, so he just got out and walked out, and he was like, the teacher was like, "What, Alex? What's wrong?" Like went after him, and then he said he just broke down, dude, when he told her, and I was like, "Oh, like that's good, dude. I'm glad you told her, dude. Like it's good to get your feelings out and communicate." And he said he gave her a hug, and oh man, that sucks, dude. That fucking pisses me off, dude. It pisses me off because you know what? It's the third kid that bitch has done it to, man. She did it to her. She's got two other kids, you know, that she did it to. And it's easy to forget, dude. And like, especially because she established a relationship with them, you know. So it's like it was really easy to forget, you know, that ever happened. And that's the kind of person she is. But you know what? In reality, dude, that's it. And I've long said, dude, like that's the other thing that fucking I know who it is. Keljo Camelto is Nikki Bailey because she's been using that name forever. And the thing is, dude, is that you could say what you want. I know my way around recovery. Drugs and alcohol, recovery is a part of it. It goes hand in hand. It's impossible to fucking be involved with drugs and not have experience with recovery. I mean, unless you're young and new, because part of the whole fucking disease is, and this is the first thing in any fucking textbook, dude, is it is a disease that when a person becomes infected with it, their life becomes a series of relapse and recovery. Relapse and recovery. They go back and forth from active addiction to recovery, active addiction to inactive addiction. So if you survive, right, 48 going on 49 next month years, that's half a century in active addiction, you know some stuff about recovery. And I've long held the belief that all relapses are planned. And I heard this from a counselor, really, really fucking good, knowledgeable dude, that will tell you that he's planning his next one as we speak. And that's how he finishes that sentence. And I do the same thing, but I want to give him credit where credit's due. But I have held the same long belief that I got from him that all relapses are planned, and I am planning my next one as we speak. The difference is, and people that do this and might not even know it, that they're doing it, will, if they look back and look at it, say like, yeah, he's right, dude. It's like anybody with any length of clean time or any experience in recovery will tell you that they're able to prevent relapses by, first of all, there's a lot of relapse prevention tools. They're called relapse prevention tools. And one of the biggest ones is playing the whole tape through. If you're thinking about getting high, cool. You know about getting high. You have experience. You know about what happens afterwards. Think about what happens afterwards. Think about what happens after you smoke crystal for 8 or 9 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, and think about how you're going to feel then. Because it's coming. I mean, we're not talking about people in active addiction. Because if your body's going through some shit and it feels like it needs some shit, it's never going to play the whole fucking tape through. You're already stuck in that cycle. Now you're just reduced to fucking survival. So you're going to fucking, that's it, dude. There's no two ways around it. So you play the whole tape through and you're like, well, yeah, no, I can't feel like that. I got to take my kid to school. I got to do laundry. Tomorrow's the only day off. I'm not going to be looking like fucking, that does look like a tweaker. Now that's why too. You got dirty ass clothes because there's never enough time to do tweak and chase the bag and fucking do laundry. So and there's no accountability there, dude. And tweak is like the most scrambled and unaccountable and unreliable. Like heroin addicts are like clockwork. You could fucking program a clock to it, dude. Yeah, you could. And that's it, right? And marijuana users, they're always happy and just fucking goofy. You could put a fucking cartoon on and keep them fucking distracted. You know what I mean? But that shit, dude, even like crack. You saw me do it right now. When, hey, Moonrocks, what's up, brother? Good to see you, dude. Man, it's real good to see you, Mr. Mayor. Fuck, salute, bro. Man. See, that's an example, dude, of like a man that deals with problems and shit and, stays true to his family and that got off on the wrong foot. And maybe people, even trolls, saw into it and fucking pitted us against each other. But at the end of the day, real motherfucking recognizes real. And like, unless you have to be a next level piece of shit and have hate to fucking go feuding on with somebody for this fucking long. Like the other day, Slab City News was in the chat. And I was like, hey, what's up, bro? No problem. I mean, because what? There hasn't been any problem in a while or anything. Why would I be fucking be mad over something that happened or said fucking 6 years ago? That's a real fucking loser shit. That's a real character deficiency, dude. And yeah, I hope Moonrocks didn't leave because he thinks I didn't see him because I was probably fucking rambling on there. But I haven't seen him in a while. I gotta do something other than fucking cleaning. But you know what? Everybody's doing it right now. I could hear my neighbors. I could hear just brooms sweeping away. Because, that rain fucking got everything muddy. Some of the shit's just barely drying out. Dude, it almost seems like the air is so fucking wet and moist that it's like we're just living in a fucking wet cloud over here, dude. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's like fucking all the clothes and everything are just wet, dude, all the time. Yeah, what's up, bro? Oh, nice, man. I'm glad to hear that, dog. Cause that's what it's all about, dude. That's what it's all about. Is like experience, and especially with something like addiction. God damn, dude, that shit kills motherfuckers for real, dude. And like you got experience or something. At least let it be worth something, dude, where people... Because I heard that from a motherfucker, dude. That don't even think did drugs. I think his thing was just alcoholic, dude. And, you know what I mean? And he was explaining that, like, all relapses are planned. I'm planning my next one as we speak. And you look at him and be like, what, dude? You got 20 years clean? He's like, hell, bro, of course, dude. He's like, you think I don't think about drinking alcohol or like some chick is like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where's it at, dude? You know what I mean? And like, and I'm thinking like, yeah, I'll go with her for a little bit and we'll get high and fuck and all that shit and everything. He's like, but fuck, dude. He's like, but like I play the whole tape through and then like I focus on like all the things that I built that I would lose. And it's just true, dude. And then just by knowing that, it's like just by knowing that all relapses are planned, it helps you identify it. When you're like, because dude, for a long time, that's probably, you want to know the truth? The one pointing the finger is the biggest one of them all. So Eljo Camel Toe or Nikki Bailey, right, has always been going on and on and on since the beginning about tweaker, tweaker, tweaker to everybody. Everybody she has a problem with is a big tweaker, blah, blah, blah. What if she's the real tweaker on prescription amphetamines? You know what I mean? It started out like schoolhouse kid fucking drugs that they give kids, right? They get them on that shit, Ritalin and all that. And she could be that, dude. And that's why that's her go-to. And that's why she's always looking for strife and trying to fire those dopamine receptors, dude, which is what happens when we argue and strifle. And then the one pointing the finger is always the biggest one of them all. So if you're telling everybody's a tweaker, bro, I could have a pile of tweak and it's just going to sit there. Because I just won't do it. It just doesn't agree with me. It's going to do the opposite to me that it does to people. It's just going to make me immediately uncomfortable, and I just wouldn't do it, dude. It's like you might as well offer me like a line of the flu or something. For reals, I'm just not gonna do it, dude. That's because that's how I feel about that shit. That's how it reacts to me. There's no high, there's no like benefit at all to me. It's like instant sickness, dude, as soon as I do it. So like I could just tell you it's not, and all the evidence suggests now, but and we have this on tape because I forget who it was, but somebody said it might have been I want to give credit where credit due. Maybe it was Shed Gang, but somebody goes, I liked crack back in the day. I was like, oh yeah, me too. We started talking about it. And we're like, yeah, big blaster, dude. And then I'm like, melt that shit on the Brillo. Fuck yeah, dude. Take like 20 or $30 worth and melt the whole thing on the fucking one blast. Okay, and like think about that part, right? But then go back and rewind the tape. I immediately was like, yeah, but then like, bro, honestly, I can't lose any more weight right now, dude. And like, and the only reason I said that is because I was playing the tape through, and I was thinking about not just losing weight, but like my fucking using weight, dude. Around one molecule of cocaine is probably like about 140 fucking pounds, dude. 143 pounds. Like it's insane. Because I have like the fastest metabolism you could ever imagine in your life, dude. I guess I'm really lucky in a lot of ways, but unlucky because you have to constantly keep it fed, dude. And then when you don't, you're going to fucking lose weight at lightning speed. Yeah, it's like dude, I could have a pile. Like people do it all the time. And I'm just like, I don't want that. I'm not gonna do anything with it. It'll like literally fucking just sit there forever until somebody like that wants it. I'm like happy to give it to you. Like, oh, here, you like that? Like, it's not gonna do anything here. It makes me sick. Like immediately. It's crazy, dude. It's the worst. The worst. I can't even believe people do it. I think it's because there are different brain chemistries. We're learning that. I've seen it. They showed that like people like especially like sex addicts and people like that, like the part of the brain that like is responsible for like orgasming is like the neuroreceptors are like disproportionately larger than like your average person. You know what I mean? And like same thing with like hardcore tweakers. Like the part of the brain that's responsible for boredom and task accomplishment is like disproportionately like larger or smaller, or the chemical imbalance, because just like what do you put in your battery, dude, to make it be able to store and fire electricity? You put chemicals like acids, right, and salt lepos and stuff. And so it's like fucking, well, I didn't know that. I don't know if there were lipozines, but I'm just like, that's just trying to like act like I know something about fucking chemistry. I don't know anything. I just like trying to regurgitate a fancy word that I heard, but definitely like salts and stuff, or like chemicals that will facilitate vinegar, right? You know what I mean? Like storing and transfer of electricity and stuff. And like there's significant deficiencies of that in the brain with certain people. There's chemical imbalance. That's why they have fucking lithium, which is something they make batteries out of, and they give that to people as drugs to fucking deal with depression and shit. It's a fact, dude. And so, like, first of all, it's not just your fault. Like, it's like being molested or raped or catching cancer. It's not your fault. There's something disproportionately out of whack with your neurological pathway. And it could be a lot of things. It could be disproportionate size to receptors, to neurons. It could be electricity malfunction. It could be chemicals that are responsible for storing or transferring electricities, like lithium, salts, fucking enzymes. Like, there's all kinds of different shit. Acid, right? And so, like, I mean, dude, you know it, dude. There's a reason what you crave salt or sugar after you fucking get high. Like, this is like basic chemistry and science. And so like we've learned this in the last few years that there's something disproportionately larger. That's why I'm telling you guys, there is a great awakening going on right now. This is what Alex Jones is saying, and I believe him. Everything that guy said came out to be right and true. And I think that's why they sued him and fucked him up over the Sandy Hook, because he had a reputation of like all his conspiracies came out to be true. There was like no conspiracy in the end. And so I guess they didn't want him talking about certain things, dude, and certain things they want it to be unknown. And so that's it, dude. They fucking ruined him. But I still listen to him and I believe him and what he's saying about now. And the guy has been around. He was in Elk Grove. You know what I mean? Like, that's facts, dude. Right? And those people, they were doing that shit, dude. They're still doing it. Like, that's here in California. Anyway, he's saying that because of what we're all doing right now, that even at the base level, people are sharing knowledge and awakening to truths and to how life works on an unprecedented level. Think about it. For the first time that the world has ever seen, dude, in human history, ever. That's facts, dude. And like anything else in life, dude, have you ever seen anything that has an occurrence and there's no reaction or consequence? Or like, that's one of the fucking first laws of physics, isn't it? That for every action there's an equal or opposite reaction. So if there's an awakening going on, there's going to be a reaction. There's going to be a consequence to that. And I think, according to him, what it is it is not in a place of malice. It's in a place of compassion. It's in a place of collected survival as a species, right? As a race of human beings. And that's the reason why all the money is getting fucked with right now in inflation, because they're trying to make all the money, no matter where it comes from, basically worth the same amount. Like, in other words, whatever an apple costs here in Mexico, it's going to cost about the same thing in Germany, right? It's going to cost about the same thing in Kenya. And California and Germany are almost identical. It's crazy, dude. Like, prices, they even use the same numbers. Like, you know what I mean? It's like there's no extra digit there, like here, like with pesos. So, but even here, dude, you've seen it. Like, here things gotten a little more expensive. So, you know what I mean? And the reason that is because if they have the resources, you charge them a little more, so that you could pay for the tab of the motherfuckers in Kenya that don't have the resources but still need the apple. And it's like, it goes deep, dude. It goes so fucking deep. I could see it just from breeding cats, about how genetics work and how, like, there is no outer space, bro. We have the genetics that we have here on Earth, and that's it. So they have to be mixed and shared in order for the species to survive. And there's no outside ones, bro. Like, they're not going to come from fucking outer space. It's just not. If it does, that's something else. So we have to work with what we got, dude. And that's how genetics works. Like, you need melatonin bodies. That's the color in all human skin that makes some appear darker than others. It's not peach, it's not white, it's not black, it's melanin. The color of human beings is melanin. When they say, like, you can't say what color is human being, it's so diverse. No, it's melanin. There is no diverse, it's melanin. It's just different shades or different levels of melanin. Okay? So that's a diversion, that's a trait, dude, and you have to have that in order to survive the sun's rays. And there's some people that develop less than that, and then there's some people, because of isolation and, political shit and whatever, movement of bodies, like, you know what I mean? There's some people in areas, it's a little bit more organic and a little bit longer of a process than just what I'm explaining, right? But it has to be, dude. So, like, you can't say that there's one race better or more necessary than the other. You're talking about genetics and diversity of genetics, and it's only so diverse. We only got what we got, and there is no other. And you have to keep it diverse. That's why they have such things as dominant and recessive genes. And animals that are very isolated usually have mastery of recessive genes. They're able to hide genetics deep in the recesses of their fucking DNA, so that if interbreeding happens, they can fucking, survive. So they can pull diversity out of a background. So we need all people, dude. And then all regions, if we got our shit together, there's no region on Earth that can't be used to fucking grow and harvest and produce something, dude. Like, we have the technology, we have the resources like no other time on Earth before. So it's kind of like, the problem is corporations control everything. But well, I mean, that's it. There is no but. It's like, hey, cool, dude. I'll post this one up. Like fucking the hard part, dude. They say that like the United States is going to be one of the last strongholds, and it might even be the last. That's why we're seeing what we're seeing between Russia and I've seen this. You could go see this on Joe Rogan podcast, because he has guys like from the CIA and people that are like very knowledgeable. They know exactly how many resources we have on Earth and how those resources are allocated and how we use those resources for profit and survival. And it's always the same, and it doesn't change, and they're known. Okay, there's no spot that has fresh water that we don't know about, or no spot that has oil that we don't know about. You know what I mean? We're always actively seeking those spots and putting resources into finding those spots. So everything's accounted for, and we know exactly what it is to everything. So the problem is the United States has a lot more resources and a lot less people than anywhere else in the world. That's the main reason for our success. But it means that that's also where we're going to have to sacrifice in order to give to people that don't have that shit. They say that China has 10 years left, just based on their population right now, not from disease, famine, economy, anything like that, just from the age of people. And this could be because of that one child per household shit that they were doing for years. But now, in the next 10 years, so much of their population is going to die off, just the elderly, right? Just the pattern that's already happening, that they're going to be fucked. They're not going to have the manpower, the labor, the resources to take care of the remaining population. And it's like if there was a bunch of children running everything, and their resources are like, they have no fresh water at all in China, like at all. 100% of their drinking water has to be imported, like right now. So they don't have much time left, dude. And you know what I mean? And Russia has the economy. They're like bigger than the United States and China combined, just in terms of square mileage. But their economy is smaller than Italy, which is like one of the smallest countries in the EU. Like, it's fucking tiny, dude. And so you're telling me that they've maintained these plutonium bombs, intercontinental ballistic missiles from the fucking 80s, that cost $100,000 a week or whatever the fuck it is to maintain plutonium at that fucking at that temperature, which is like hundreds of degrees below fucking 0 Celsius. It's insane, dude. You'd be like, what the fuck? And if you don't do it, that missile's worthless. And then they've paid that money with an economy that's smaller than the size of Italy, with all that fucking, you know what I mean? Right? And their Nord Stream pipe just got blown up. You know what I mean? It's like, think about it, dude. It's coming down to the critical fucking end for a lot of people, and we're able to hold out. And so what they're saying is that for this global awakening and all this shit, that a lot of people here in the United States ain't going to be with it and have the resources to resist it. And so, we might see that. I don't know. I think we might see it, and then fucking Zartan, the fucking invincible, is going to come from outer space, like that fucking AI said. Huh? I think it's going to be fake, bro. I think that's the next pandemic is going to be. You're going to see. Maybe that's why AI is saying it, because they're hearing the people chatter on the internet from the higher ups that they're going to project fucking holograms onto the clouds, and they're going to like tell us that it's fucking invaders from outer space, and then they're going to fucking like blow something up, and they're going to say it was the aliens, and then they're going to like have a big fucking fireworks show where we're like blowing up these fake aliens and nobody can go outside and everybody has to stay down. Oh my God. Right? Think about it, dude. They're already willing to like kill people? I don't know, dude. Or are they not? Or are they being nice? Because if you ask me, the pandemic was a little kind of nice. There wasn't like, I didn't really. Oh, dude. Dude, I should have started the stream with this, dude. I saw a dead body this morning, you guys. You want to hear this story? Check it out, dude. Dead body, dude. In Mexico on the road, dude. In the morning, a fresh kill, dude. And the cops were all over it, dude. You want to hear it? I can tell you, I could tell you, I think I know what happened. It was obvious, dude. It was brutal. I wanted to get a picture for Voodoo Ninja, dude. I want to give a huge shout out to Voodoo Ninja. That motherfucker is the coolest dude. He sends me the craziest fucking videos, dude. Videos that make fucking Faces of Death look like a child fucking cartoon, dude. Like that motherfucker, dude. I don't know where he gets them from. He gets all the best footage too. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but like, dude, I'm like some fucking cold shit, dude. He had a fucking video he sent, allegedly. I had a dream that he sent me a video of one of these mass shootings that happened not too long ago, and the dude had a body cam on, and fucking he was just murking people, dude, and fucking shooting the dead bodies on the ground, dude, and you could see the corpse going like with the velocity of the fucking rounds. It was like, yo. And I was like, dude, you should have pulled over and filmed that for him, dude. I'm not a good friend, dude. I'm sorry. I was just like, oh, gotta get to my juice. Drive over the dead body. You know what I mean? But, so check this out. So they have 2 lanes, and one of them is like a police lane going to the border crossing. And I think some people pay, or maybe cops like use it like as a privilege, as a thing, but they have a hut, dude, with a fucking guardrail, with a fucking arm. And so you get into this lane downtown, and then it's got cement barricades on each side of it, and it kind of follows the road, but then it breaks off and it goes up towards the border crossing. And then when you get to that guard shack, you give the guy the paper and you fucking go through. And it's a sweet deal for days when there's like, 3-hour line of traffic and you just pull up in that thing, okay? So anyway, but if you don't have that or whatever, you don't go in there. So like most people don't ever go in it. I don't even know what it's for. It's something to do with the police. But when I'm going my regular route, that lane was like blocked off. And I was like, oh, snap, by a police. And they were like getting out the tape that I've seen before for bodies, like body tape. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck could happen? Now, typically when it rains, it fills up. The drain's clogged. So it's in a pool at one point like that. And it's like a fucking waist deep pool because you can see, I've seen people in it bailing it out before. Okay? So anyway, I'm always thinking, oh, maybe it pooled up. We haven't had any rain. I'm like, okay. So fucking I'm looking in there because you could see over the barrier, right? It's just like a waist-high cement barrier. So I'm driving by and I'm looking in there like, oh, what's going on in there? And I seen a dude. So there's a couple of overpasses, right? And this is a little natural area in between. So that police road goes around and it curly cues and goes up, and then there's a regular traffic like what I'm in, just for like regular citizens, that runs right next to it, exactly parallel with it, and it goes and around and it goes up. And so I'm looking in there like, wow, dude, why do they have the police tape out like for bodies? And so under the over, okay, so anyway, let me just put this as a story. So there's like foot trails, like you could tell it's all clay. It's just clay and a little bit of grass. But it's like you could tell it's that slippery clay because there's no like footsteps. Like it's like you know what I'm saying? Like you just learn to look for this shit. It's like like something slid down it. You just see like a solid skid mark. You know what I mean? It'll be skinny, you know, like people have been skidding out in it for a long time and it's kind of like routed out a skid, right? So you could see there was like a skid and then it transitioned over, and like this was like a foot traffic for people that are up on the road, and like if they're not in a vehicle or whatever and they jump over the cement barrier and they walk down into this area. And sometimes there's homeless people and winos that congregate in there because, you know, I guess it's like it's kind of a natural area. It's like the side of a freeway, I guess. But the cops do pull up on it, dude. It is kind of close to the TJ Skid Row. So like, and then the cops with the paddy wagon pull up on it, dude, like on the reg. Because, you know, I don't want like tourists and people seeing that shit. It is like the worst. And the motherfuckers will have like clotheslines out and shit. And like, you know, like they will try to live in there. So the cops are always on it. And there's always like drug activity and shit going on there. And so you could see these like slippery clay trails that don't look like they look like you'd be slipped, dude, and like gnarly. And so at the very bottom, right, like coming onto the road, the dude's body was like this, dude. Watch, I'll put the phone down so you can see. The dude's body was like this. This is how he was, dude, like this. You can see his head right here was smashed out, dude, like really fucking gross. Like it looked to me, and like you could say like maybe he was pushed, maybe, but his hands were like out, dude. Like they were not out in front of him, like a normal reaction to like when you fall. So it must have happened so suddenly and so quick. What I think was happened, like maybe either you were fighting with somebody and running away, or maybe somebody was chasing you, or maybe somebody was beating you up, or maybe you were super drunk and just walking through there. But either way, this dude unexpectedly slipped and fell head down onto the street, and his head just split like a fucking melon, dude. It was crazy looking, dude. I mean, that was it. Like, fucking, and I was like, whoa, cool, dude, a dead body. I was like, damn, Alex is gonna fucking love to hear about this. He's gonna be bummed that he didn't go with me, dude. I was like, I told him too. I came in, I'm like, dude, just like this though. I fucking flap my gap for an hour and 48 minutes before I remember the whole thing that I was gonna like start to do. And I didn't film it. Who's dumber than me, dude? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not thinking about like for my own shit. I'm thinking about my homie, Voodoo. I'm like, hey, you should have sent him, bro. That motherfucker will love this shit. You know what I mean? It was a fucking good one, dude. It was a good one, dude. No, but that's not a dream though, Stoic. That actually happened. I was saying the dream was I was just covering for. Uh, I was saying, you know, he sent me those things. I don't want to get him in trouble, so I was like, I had a dream, but that dead body was real, dude. This morning when I got up. Yep, I got up, dude, and I was like going real quick, hit and run to the clinic. My kid Alex was still sleeping. I didn't want to bug him and shit, so and there was a dead body, dude. It's been a long time since I seen a dead body. Now in 2008, you can look this up too. The cartel was fighting against the Tijuana police, and half of the Tijuana police worked for the cartel. So it was just like a super fucked up, and it was like a nightmare, dude. They were like fighting amongst themselves, and every day, dude, the cartel would like take a cop and fucking hang them in like over the freeway over ramp where like all the cars have to go through, because like, dude, all the cars, either Mexican traffic is going out east, because we're all like right on the beach, but like you have to go like fucking east or southeast to work, or if you're going to America to work, you're going fucking northeast. So like everybody's going that way, dude, like east, like, and so like right there where everybody had to go, like at that overpass, they would like hang somebody like fucking like from a noose, old fashioned style, and that shit's fucking weird, dude. And it doesn't feel good. Like when you see like a cop in fucking full uniform hanging on a thing, it does something to you, dude. We're like, fuck, it doesn't feel safe. Like it's a very fucking chilly fucking message. Really, anybody, right? And then the cops, I swear to fucking God, dude, you could look this up. This actually happened. Like we all fucking had to go through this shit. This is like why they got rid of Chapo, dude. I think, or this might have been like, or when they were getting rid of him, dude. Everything was like fucking falling apart. But they fucking then the cops would be like, "Oh yeah, motherfuckers," and they would just go out and get like fucking 3 or 4 known cartel people and fucking put them on the bridge, dude. Like, you know what I mean? You'd be like, what the fuck? And it'd be like all in the newspapers and shit. Like, they'd call the newspaper first and be like, we just put 3 motherfuckers on the bridge. We're sending a message to the, like, this group, like, all the worst ones. You're like, well, you don't even, like, say their name. You know what I mean? And they're like, not only they're saying their name, they're like, fuck, these people, we kids killed 3 of them. They're over here on the corner of fucking Segunda. And it was like, oh, and fucking, dude, it was the worst every day. And it was like every day in the paper or in motherfucking traffic, you would just see this and be like, what the fuck, dude? And then the town just started fucking emptying out. I like fucking left, and I didn't come back for like fucking till fucking 2018. That was in like 2005, 2008 maybe. But it reminded me of that. It's like pretty good now. Like we got it good, dude. We got it good. According to that Google and all that shit it was saying, Mexican labor is more skilled than ever before. And it's more your average, the lowest labor worker in Mexico is higher skilled than your lowest labor worker in China. So they also said that the cost is down because I don't know, dude. Your average person's not like, I don't know, dude. It's weird. It's hard to say. It's like not everybody, because greed is like a pretty common thing, but Mexicans by and large are pretty happy, pretty complacent. You know what I mean? Like as long as your basic needs are met, and you have a little bit of a increase to fucking save and shit, like it's cool. Everybody's cool because they don't gouge you to death for everything. Like, I don't know, it's weird. They used to some things, like everything changes, I don't know. But that awakening shit is real, dude, and it's happening, and we're experiencing it right now. You know? When 2 people from opposite hemispheres can talk and we know what the fuck's been going on in each other's stories for like years, that's never been done in human history ever. And it's fucking and that's like I'm not calling you dumb, But I'm saying, like, that's me. I'm calling myself, like, that's a dumb motherfucker, dude. Like, that dumb motherfucker's level. You know what I mean? Like, where we're fucking making jokes and blah, blah, blah. But other people are, like, sharing fucking scientific knowledge, like philosophies, like, you know what I mean? Like economics, like real shit, dude, like never before, and like really solving problems. And so it's a great awakening. Check this out. Remember that ship I built? The cats are just attacking the fuck out of it, dude. You know what? The cats were on that ship like crazy. Like, you see, there's no cats right now, right? Well, the other day they were on that, dude, like fucking crazy, dude. You know what? Hey, there's like 38 bucks. I bet you there's like $100 right here. No shit, dude. Although, I gotta say, yeah, dude, these are like $1 right there. There's a lot of them here. But there's not as many as there was. I think the kids are fucking getting into it, but I just like had all my change sitting in a shoe, dude. Like so many. I'm like, bro, wouldn't your change be better off, like for the Lord at least? Surely you could at least give God that change instead of like just leaving an old stinky shoe. And then I'm like, bro, you're gonna give God fucking change, bro? Like your spare change? Like the fuck? That's fucking lame, dude. That's some fucking lame shit, dude. And you're gonna fucking be like, here, bro, here, Jesus, for you. Like, whoa, thanks for the fucking 9 pounds of change, you dickhead. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. I guess I'll fucking go get something that save a lot, you fucking cheap bastard. But it's like, what? It was in a shoe, dude. Surely the Lord's better than a shoe, right? So I was like hoping I'd start something. And I've seen like, goddamn, motherfucker, they got on the altar of fucking death, literally, that's the fuck it is, right? And the Santísimo Muerto, it was like fucking $10,000 on that motherfucker, dude. And I'm like, dang. You know what I mean? Like, you give something to the Lord. It was a work of art. So look, let me tell you my cat story. Well, I plugged it in now. But it is a work of art, dude. It's a lot more a work of art than you think, man. In fact, it's so detailed. Like the blood, it's not easy to do because the feet were fucked up. And so I tried to redo them. And making the blood spatter, making it not look like a horror show or a fucking like a sadomasochistic thing is very difficult. To make them dainty and fragile, it works a lot better. And I noticed that when I was doing this, and so it made when I was doing this to fix the feet, so it made me appreciate the fine hand that the person had. Man, I'm so glad you're still in here, Camel Toe. That's unbelievable. Oh my God. They say in poker you should never show your holding cards, but you show them all. It's funny, dude. So, what do you care? How dare you even say the word blasphemy? All you do is spew hate out of your mouth. You're not even one to talk. You're not even one to talk. If it wasn't for Jesus, is probably the only one that would be nice to you. All of us would rip your fucking hair out of your head, dude, and fucking spit down your throat, dude. I would do things to you, dude, in the presence of Jesus that you would only believe in the devil, right? And I could sit here in front of him and say that because I know I'm a psychotic fuck, dude. And I know myself, and you know what I mean? Maybe that's where the anonymity comes from, because you're just a fucking worm and you know it, dude, and worms get fucking stepped on. But for you to say that, anything, is extremely sickening, because Jesus is the only one that would love you. And it's important you know that, because we don't. You know what I mean? And that's why you're such a miserable fuck, and why you talk shit, and why you're a dopamine addict. But you're not going to get it here, so you ought to really be thankful for Jesus. That's the only one you have. But so check it out, man. I've given enough time to a fool. You know what I mean? A fool. There's no Jewish person on earth that would ever advocate sitting on the phone on a fucking Gentile stream, right? When you could be out making money, but you're not. You're on a Gentile stream looking at Jesus right now. It's hilarious, dude. See, but look, this is how good it was, dude. You know what the Bible says, Camel Toe? It says that it pleased God to stripe Jesus. When those lashes opened up his back like that, it pleased God. Because God hates people like you. Let's just be real. God flooded the earth and drowned babies because of the wickedness of people like you. And that's why it was prophesied, and why he promised. And you know this, if you're really a Jew, that the original covenant between God and the people of Israel, the original tabernacle, was because if they never to do that again, promised never to do that again, as long as they kept his commandments. And so for Jesus to say, well, no, Father, I'm going to die for everybody's sins, God was like, what? These dirty motherfuckers? Fuck them, dude. No, but it's my passion, Father. That's my heart. That's when God was like, okay, let it be. And it pleased God to stripe Jesus. And those are the stripes. If you don't know what that means, the stripe, that pleased God, Camel Toe. That pleased him. He got happy. Don't you ever feel like that when your kid's not being obedient or wants to do something else? You know what I mean? You send him to law school, he wants to be a fucking sushi chef, you know? Or he wants to do underwater basket weaving after you spent $153,000 sending him to fucking Harvard. Huh? And he wants to do fucking underwater basket weaving. Yes, I'm such a sheep. I'm blowing fucking the devil's lettuce onto a fucking altar, right? Big fuck, dude. Oh, sorry. Sheeps don't do the devil's work, stupid. And besides, I would rather be a sheep and have a shepherd to protect me than just be out there with nobody to protect you. Is that what's wrong with you? You didn't have a father? It's strange that you don't identify with a father-like figure, you know, or that you're repulsed by a father-like figure. Is that because you didn't have a father? You didn't have a father? You mean be a man like like your buddy Mike D that you defended for all that time? Be a man like him? Or like his father was? Remember how you fervently fucking stood for them? Was that being a man? Fuck. I don't see a fucking, nobody said defender. No, shepherd. Shepherd. Shows you the way. Shows you where the food's at. 'Cause you don't know where the food's at. If you think you know better than God, you really are a fool. If you think you know anything better than God, it doesn't matter what religion, Jewish, Christianity, Jesus, Satan, Allah, it doesn't matter. If you believe that there's any kind of extraordinary God out there, dude, that created everything, and you think that you know better than him, you really are a fucking idiot. You really are an idiot, and I see why You're in my life, dude, just saying fucking words. It's so great. Go look, everybody, at the comments right now and be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tell me Nikki Bailey isn't obsessed. And she wants that dick so bad because it's like, dude, if an argument fires dopamine, could you imagine getting fucking rustled up a little bit, dude? And okay, and then here's the thing. Listen, stay with me here because I am on a sick one today. And I'm spitting truth, dude. Her self-esteem is so low. Maybe it's from not having a father. So tell us more, Clarice. Please, I want to hear more about your father. So you didn't have a father. That's why you seek out men and put them on a pedestal as like, father figures, authority figures, like you did with Mike D and like a couple other people you tried to like do it with after he popped your bubble, but they kicked you out of the slabs, right? That's facts. That's facts. So like how you get kicked out of the island of misfit toys is beyond me, but that's facts. And so so now this is what it is. You must have been abused by your father or you didn't have a father. And so you're seeking father figures. That's why you seek. But your self-esteem is so low from not having a father or having a father or experiencing extreme disgust at a very young age, which usually manifests itself in the form of, you ready? Seeking out other disgusting or lowly people that are typically have a low position in life, even if it's just symbolically, right? Like getting gangbanged by 7 black dudes, or like, you know what I mean? Like, or just being into black dudes, or like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying as a racial, but I'm saying like a little pretty white girl that wants to be gangbanged by 5 black dudes. They have to be black, like specifically have to, because it's more menacing, and they were brought up where it's taboo. I'm not saying that it's taboo, but the way they were raised, right? Probably around white supremacists, that in their mind, that is the most taboo, lowly thing you could do. So that's what they're seeking on. If they were raised differently, it'd be different. Don't misconstrue my words. Okay? Because that's the reason why they're doing it. Okay, and so you're that. That's why you pick on me and Mad Mac. You have like go to like the most unattractive people that are like in the lowliest places in life, and then like you're too fucking you're too embarrassed to admit it, or you're so filled with hate and you just get on a super sick one about firing these dopamine from these 2 dudes that you forget your original intention, or you're oblivious to it, which is you want to be railed by 2 of the dirtiest, lowest people in your mind. I'm not saying that that's what we are, just like I'm not saying like anything bad about black people. It's just that that's typically what I witness when people are raised with white supremacists, or being told or taught that these are like the lowest people, or these are sub people and stuff, and then they themselves are experience disgust and abuse, and so their self-esteem is low, and they seek out people like that because they want to be punished, or they don't feel like they're worth a fucking strapping young German like Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. Like, you're not worth that. You're worth what your mind conceives as the lowest and dirtiest, filthiest thing. That's it. I just figured it out, dude. And you think, Clarice, if you can fuck one, maybe you can fuck the filth in your own heart away. Is that it, Clarice? Am I hitting a nerve? Mad Mac is going to beat the cancer, dude. It might cost him a breast, but he's going to lose so much weight, and he's going to be healthy and free for the first time in his life, for real. And then because he's kind of been dipping his toe in the water a little bit and about this freedom thing, and he's kind of, he's around a lot of people like that, and he's getting into it, it's going to click like fucking fish to a water, dude. Boom. And because he's losing weight, it's going to encourage him to lose more weight. And he's out there, dude, at the sharpening stone. So off constantly. So fucking, you watch, dude. Right? And then he is going to kick. He don't want to go spend $800 now to fix his mouth because he doesn't think he's worth it. But as soon as he starts losing weight, and not only that, but can like stand up to like, I beat fucking cancer, dude. Like I picked cancer up and I beat the shit out of it like a bitch, dude. And now he's gonna start acting like it. He's gonna start acting like it, dude. Watch, because I've seen it happen, dude. It's not like psychic or prophecy. It's just like the same fucking movie playing over and over, just a different fucking star, different cast. It's the same personality types, it's the same story. You know, I've just been good at recognizing patterns, dude. Maybe that's one of the ways that the Lord wants to use me. But I mean, whatever it is, it's got you still here, dude. 2 hours and 10 seconds. I wouldn't give you 2 minutes of my time. You know what I mean? If I had a plane, I'd fly to fucking Stoic's house right now. Like, you know what I mean? Knowing it would cost you like $12,000 in gas. But you, Nikki, I would not give you 2 fucking seconds of my time because I know it's a waste of my time. How could you love anybody else? You don't love yourself. Or you think you're still in that phase where you're thinking like, you need to have it beat up, dude. You want it to get beat up, but you're not worth it. So like, maybe if I like put myself in a situation where I get raped, you know what I mean? Or, like, let me go hang around with nothing but rapists and, people of color. You know what I mean? Because you were raised in a white supremacist household and you have no self-esteem. And you think if you could save one, you can save them all. Is that it, Clarice? Tell me, what did your father do when he found the sheep, Clarice? Did he put it back in the pen? Did he stick his finger up its butt? Can you still hear it, Clarice? Yeah, you were, because your comments are right here in between every comment. You had that phone in your hand the whole time. Dude, I go to watch people that I have a quarter of the engagement that you have with me, right? With the phone in my hand, like, oh, you know what I mean? You definitely drove to the stove with that phone in your hand and you fucking hit the little microphone to do your comments for you. And they're going to be paying for it. Stoic, they are. They're going to pay for it, dude. They're going to pay for it enough to where I'm going to get my hands on a fucking jet. Yeah, you do. You do when you have to go in the car. There's no way. A phone is like 10 times lighter than a computer. They're 10 times faster. Like you do not have no $12,000 Toshiba computer in there that is faster than a fucking iPhone. Like, I don't give a fuck. You don't, dude. You don't have no MacBook Pro because you don't have any content that suggests that. And as much face rubbing as you're doing, if you did, you'd be rubbing that in everybody's face first and forefront. You can't even keep a fucking channel up for a year. Go be consistent enough to have a channel that doesn't get fucking stricken down for just 1 year. And then you could fucking start the beginning stages of talking shit to me. You stupid motherfucker. I've had the same channel up for 4 going on 5 years. That for sure makes me a better person than you. You can't follow the rules. So you see what I'm saying, you guys, about the ones pointing the finger always being the biggest ones of them all? See? The one that's always pointing at everybody else, you're just a rule breaker, or you're just this, you're the biggest one of them all. You're the one that breaks all the rules because you can't keep a channel up. Every one of your channels gets taken down. And you don't just break the rules one time, you have to break the rules over and over and over again. After the first time, you would think you get it. So either you're too stupid to get it, that Nikki is too dumb to understand the rules, which is, I feel bad for you. I'm better than you on that because I can understand the rules. You can't. And you know you've been trying to get my channel taken down. I haven't even gotten one strike. Not even one. Not even one. You have gotten every one of your channels stricken down. That's a fact. And all that hard work you do that you think is so good, your content, it's wasted and gone because that has been removed. Is that not the truth? So then you don't have any content? That's even worse. So you have no content. You're admitting out of your own mouth, I have no content. I have no substance. It's right there, you guys. On top of saying that they don't engage me, but yet there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 comments, which, dude, thank you so much. Do you see how if you were just block this person, you could feel like, well, now they can't say anything. Haha, you can't even participate. But, Doug, you're getting so much, not only now that they can't participate, but your algorithm, it's nothing happening at all, dude. And I know something's happening because I go months and months with gaining no subscribers. And then I'll like, well, I don't have any content or any new material. So I'll just go live no matter what I'm doing. And I gain subscribers, dude, because it's like something's happening. If there's something happening, even the motherfucking, if it even has a resemblance slightly to what may possibly evolve into a community, it's going to put it out there because that's how they make money, dude, is by people participating in communities. So, and like, I don't know if you know this, like you probably don't because you're not smart enough to make content. So you're not smarter than picking on some fucking Gentile. I mean, it's really remarkable. Probably can't grow hair, or your Zanzadoodle, Evan's ex-boyfriend, that fat fucking hateful motherfucking weirdo with the check cashing scheme that got shut the fuck down. Huh? Right? Sex trafficking. Bro, anybody that is proud of anything, if it's good and you hate somebody, you're going to stick it right in their face. If you had anything at all, just the level of hate, just that I can look and say that every comment has been from you, bro, that you have engaged me like that I wouldn't give you 2 seconds time in real life ever, dude. But I'm trying to accomplish something here and you're feeding into it hook, line, and sinker. So it's like, cool. And I can like look and go, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, all these. This person, I live in their head. I own them. If they wanted, if they had anything that was good or cool, they would shove it in your face so quick, dude. Right? Because that's that level of fucking anger going on here on your side because you're just so quick to come out with a comment. Like, I ignore people on purpose. You have more damage ignoring them, wondering if they even heard it, than confirming it. Like, not only have I heard every word you're saying, but now I've switched to my phone and I'm taking that with me to the store. And the proof is in the pudding because there's no way you would have been able to comment 27 comments in the fucking thing. So you either can't grow hair or you're not attractive. We know you have no personality or substance or content because if you did, you would be shoving that in my face because I don't get shit. I get 100 views, 150 views on average if I'm lucky. For a minute there, it was creeping down into the 30s and 40s. Like, you know what I mean? Like the most I've ever gotten is 95,000 views. Like that, if you had like 1 million views, 12 million views, or 250,000 views, you're like, you fucking worm. This is what a real fucking YouTuber does. You're such a little hoe. And you don't. You have nothing like that, dude. So there's something. It's probably all of those things. No personality, no looks, no substance. You're not worth anything. You didn't make yourself valuable in any type of way, or else you'd have something to show. Oh, yo, this is my fucking 2000 fucking 20 Corvette. Whoa. With an overhead cam, dude, and fucking what? Twin turbo, bitch. You never even seen that. We're doing 11,000 horse, fool. Like, damn. So, what are you here for? Just to talk shit and tell somebody that you don't like them? That's pathetic. That's called pathetic, dude. That's called like, there's people that make fucking car bombs. There's people that will establish death camps. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can respect that, dude. But what you're talking about is on some bitch shit, dude. So either you're a bitch, old ass bitch, or you're a little kid. And I wouldn't call little kid no bitch because you just haven't learned anything yet. You know what I mean? But if you old motherfucker, bro, if you over 30, you a bitch, homie. For real, dog. And you're exposing what a bitch you are, dude. And you're just digging yourself a deeper hole. You can't sit here and tell me that you don't have any content because you're just here to troll and fucking say negative things, because you do know that's not good, right? That's like worse than being a tweaker, bro. That's way worse than being a tweaker. Because a tweaker could go to rehab. You're going to be a hateful, fucking, ugly little motherfucker, dude, for the rest of your life. And I just cleaned a 2-story house, bro. Like, I just cleaned a 2-story house, fool. I don't live with my parents, bro. And I don't have to report to some man who is really a man and running a business and get and ask for a job and as an employee. Because that's the next thing you're going to tell me. I have a job. No, you have somebody that you have to report to, like a daddy that tells you what to do. And if you're late, you have to stress and worry. You spend more of your time worrying about this man when you should be worrying about yourself and your own household. And that man wouldn't give a fuck about you. If you're at a big enough company, they don't even know you exist. Okay? And you can talk all you want about retirement, this and that, but if you don't have anything to shove in somebody's face now, you're not going to have anything to shove in somebody's face later. Because I don't know if you know this yet or not, Cupcake, but life doesn't get easier the older you get. It gets harder. It throws more challenges at you. And if you don't have it figured it out now, see, Stoic, this is where you got it mixed up. This is what I used to be guilty of. It's called narcissistic personality disorder. And what these people do, I can go back to the scroll, which I'll do right now, and I'm going to show you insulting and mean things that they said, invoking a fight. But this is what narcissistic personalities do. It's called a backhanded compliment. It's done in such a way that they're fucking with you in a negative way, but at the end of it, they could say, I wasn't fucking with you. What? Look how crazy you are. It's your fault. Now the victim, the person that they're victimizing, gets the blame and the thing. And that's true. And see, you fell for it because you're empathetic. You have a big heart. You're a good person. You want to believe the best and be a peacemaker. And I know that's who you are because I see you in other chats. So you get along with everybody, and that's great. That's good. You're a good person, right? You're also a female. That's, attractive. You definitely have a great personality and you're like a really cool fucking accent. You know what I mean? And so a lot of men, a lot of people, they just probably leave you alone just because of that. You know what I mean? And so it's easy to say that. But the truth is, dude, if you go back and look at the comments, he directly says a couple of things, dude. And so that shows me even further that this person suffers from narcissistic personality disorder, which comes from being raised by narcissistic parents, right? Which were probably white supremacist, or definitely socio-economic supremacist, because Stoic has an inclination towards dirty or low. I mean, Stoic does if she likes me, but Camel Toe has a fucking inclination towards dirty or low people, or people that you're perceived or that your parents drilled into your head, right? That were fucking worthless or outcasted, and because you have no self-esteem or experience extreme disgust at an early age in early child development, you don't think you're worth. But you know one thing: you're not worth a fucking what your parents put into you as the clean, perfect thing, man. But uh, uh, whatever happened, dude, whatever happened, you have singled out Mad Mac. You have singled out Mad Mac. And you've like singled out Mad Mac in a really malicious, evil way. Married to somebody like that, dude. Okay? These people are professionals. When you get to this point, that person like already doing that, that's what that's called is, there's two things, Stoic. But I hope you're still in here, because this will greatly help you in life, dude. Because these people will jump on you, and once you get identified, the first state is being identified as a source of dopamine. Okay? And so that's what's already happened. And the fact that Mad Mac, if it wasn't for Mad Mac, I might believe it, which is even more scarier, is that that's how good at it you've become, right? That's because I'm telling you, they become professionals at this shit, dude. And my son's turning 12 this year. Yep. They start getting BO, and they become professionals, and they seek people like us out for relationships because they can do that. They could beat us up. They can fire their dopamine, get their fresh hit of dopamine. You've been identified as a source, and they make it seem like it's your fault. You're tripping, you're the crazy one, or there's no issue, or what, you know what I mean? And it's the most fucked up thing that you could do because of a couple reasons. Because this is two classic traits of a very skilled, long-practicing person with personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder. That's gaslighting, and that's what he or she was doing. Every time that they say something bad about you, calling you a tweaker, right? Calling you a tweaker, right? Which is a derogatory term for somebody that's fighting meth addiction. That's gaslighting. Gaslighting, they call it that because it's like they're pouring gasoline on you. And then they're giving you a lighter, right? And then you're like, what the fuck? And then they watch you get all pissed off and go into a frenzy, and then say, well, dude, I'm just here as your fucking friend. I don't even know what you're fucking tripping on. Now you're thinking you're crazy or whatever. That's classic narcissist. That's what they do. You might have been in a relationship like that. People that don't identify it, they learn to seek people like that out, dude. It's called identifying a source, a fresh source. And unfortunately, I have this knowledge, dude. Mad Mac or somebody like that, where you're like, they have no self-esteem anyway. They've lived in a life like that, dude. And then maybe because when you're empathetic or you're a caring person, because narcissistic personality disorder is a lot more common than you think. And it usually comes from being raised with parents with narcissistic personality disorder, because that's how they treated them. Constantly gaslighting the kid, constantly fucking putting them down, being in total denial and fucking in delusional beliefs, you know what I mean? Immediately victim blaming, becoming expertise at the backhanded compliment that you can't even like directly put your finger on, and it makes you look like the crazy one. They always want to make you look like you're tripping, you're crazy. But if you go back, this person's using derogatory terms, straight up called you that to your face. That's blatant disrespect. So in prison, you're going to go up to somebody and say, hey, fuck it. Because that's what I do. I've never been to prison, but from what I've heard, from what I've learned, from what I've met, from everybody on the street, every single fucking person that I meet has been to fucking prison. And they all have a fucking line of respect that they will not cross. Even for somebody that they deem to be weak or quote unquote a lame, that they won't do. Because that quote unquote lame belongs to a car or a gang or a fucking party or a fucking demograph. And those people might be one that stands up for their own, or just another white person seeing a black dude say something. Like, it's just a whole politicking thing that goes on when you lock men in cages at their most primal fucking level. And what comes from that, by observation, is respect. Because none of those men would make it out of there alive if it wasn't for respect. So everything is about respect, because that's what I take that. I don't have to go to prison. I've never been there. I don't have to go to learn that. I can look at the people around me and how they conduct themselves and listen to the stories and know how it is and see the change in people that went in one way and came out another, and realize that, like, hey man, survival as humans, amongst humans, it comes down to one fucking basic thing, dude, and that's respect. And you can lock men in a fucking cage and keep them from every good thing that they want in life, and yet they'll survive and be okay and actually find happiness and peace as long as there's respect amongst each other. And that's how it works, I'm telling you. And so, to me, when I'm in any kind of forum anywhere and somebody engages me with blatant disrespect, not only does that tell me a lot about them in life, dude, and experience that they don't have, dude, because even your toughest guy knows that anybody at any given moment, dude, a bigger fish is going to put your fucking teeth through the back of your head, or 20 of them. You know what I mean? I know some little ass motherfucking Filipinos, but they stick together, dude. And guess what? I've seen them do some fucked up shit to people just because somebody unknowingly disrespected them, dude. It's the truth, dude. And so when I witness disrespect, it tells me a lot about a person. And you're not, from that point on, like maybe before I was re-educated about narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder, and people that are empathic or feeling, because this is what happens, Stoic. Maybe you had a childhood that was chaotic or traumatic, or you were around people that could have went off at any given moment. So you had no choice but to learn how to read a room and how to look at the feelings, not what was coming out of people's mouths, but what their body language suggests. You know what I mean? Like, I know when it's a good time to bug this person and when it's time to go fucking hide. And when you grow up and go into the world, you take that with you and use it to your advantage. You can tell how people feel. And I know this person's with it, or this person's got fear, or this person's that. Like, it can be a tremendous advantage, and it is. It's a survival tool. And those of us that pick that up, it's very common for narcissistic personality disorder motherfuckers to identify us as a fresh source. Oh, they're caring, empathetic people that are looking for feelings. They're looking to read the feelings of others. That's perfect for, to disrespect. You just start disrespecting them, and they will give us what we want, which is a fresh source of fucking dopamine. That's why the motherfucker split, because he or she got their dopamine fix by arguing in a fucking thing and typing out all fucking frantic where there's 27 fucking comments in a row. Probably be talking to my idol and not even put 20 fucking 7 comments in a row. You know what I mean? And like 27 comments in a row. Thank you that you made this like one of the sickest fucking broadcasts yet, dude. Because I was like, I've been on a fucking just a lull, dude. And I don't know. I haven't had much in life, dude, keeping me going. I'm not gonna lie. So I just haven't had any fucking. I'm just like going through it like a zombie. So this is great, dude. Because I was going live every day for a while, and I have a lot of fucking videos that are locked up, and I've gone back and watched them. It's like, eh. I don't mean like some people like to hear you talk and everything. That's cool that you're able to talk for 2.5 hours, but there's already 1 or 2 videos that are that long. Like, do we need to have 50 fucking videos? Like, yeah, Rogan does it. Diaz did it. A lot of people fucking I can think of a bunch of people I listen to. All yo people, all the New Zealanders, the motherfucking well, god damn it, what the fuck? I'm having a brain fart now. They're the biggest YouTubers out there. Fuck, some of the biggest YouTubers out there are fucking New Zealand. What the fuck's up with you guys? Now that I'm thinking about it, fuck, dude. Huh, it's so true. What's up, Jankum? Should make you a mod too. Man, well that's good though that you see what I'm saying is not bullshit, dude. Because I'm like actually absorbing this information enough to speak on it, and you're saying like, yeah, that's true. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't fucking fucks my credibility up to just flap on shit. Like if I'm pretty confident in what I fucking say, dude. That's what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of things I'm not confident in and I'm not right about. For that reason, I don't say like certain shit. But like, that's what it was because that's what it was for me. And so you become a feeling, caring soul. That's a tool that you've learned to use for your advantage, like almost like a superpower. Like it's almost like being able to see into the future, right? But because in a way you are. If you could see like this person's not feeling it, it's very well going to determine what my interaction, what this person, you know what I mean? And like so, it's like, dude, they fucking identify us as a fresh source. It's like, look, you were getting traumatized by your narcissistic personality disorder parents or whoever, right? You could have been just like, well, fuck it, I got to be cold and calculated and gaslight people and fucking and backhand compliment them and fucking right, and then victim blame and that's just how you're gonna do it, dude. Fuck it. But you didn't. They did. That fool did. You were like, I need to be the opposite of this. I need to be away from this. I need to be more receptive and read into people's feelings so that I can kind of read the future and know who to avoid or who to engage with. And so it's like, and that's probably why you're a peacemaker, right? Because that's probably what you learn to like see how people's feelings, and if I can like make it okay and broker peace, then there's less chaos and trauma and turmoil, and that is great. But it's great, except it doesn't work on people with borderline personality disorder, with narcissistic personality disorder, because they're in a delusion. They have to, in order to ignore those feelings that me and you are exploiting, they have to ignore them and create a fantasy or a delusion world where those don't exist, those don't apply. We don't need to think about those because they're going to get in the way of what we need to do. which is gaslight, belittle, backhand compliment, and then ultimately victim blame our partners or our friends. Because there's no good spot with these people. They're looking for a fresh source of dopamine. And their lives are a constant bicker and battle. These type of people are always in battle with this one and always in conflict with this one. And it's always this and it's always that. And even when none of that's going on, they'll sit in front of the TV and watch the news, and this shit is so common and so prevalent that there are whole fucking news agencies and organizations and empires built on exploiting these people by just showing toxic negativity all day in the form of the reporter complaining about it and getting on a soapbox and becoming an advocate for everything that's against this. And it's not about the policies, the politics, it's not about the race, the fucking ideology. It's not about any of that. It's only about finding a source of fresh dopamine and firing dopamine, because that's how they were raised and that's what they took to. And they went into a fantasy world so that they didn't have to engage in the feelings and do the work like we had to do to gain a skill, which is what we have, to be able to read people and situations and things and almost have a future telling fucking ability, seemingly, but it's not. It's just regurgitating the same story you've seen a million times, just with different fucking actors. There's not even that many actors. There's only a few handful of fucking character types. And so you feel sorry for them. You feel sorry for them, but they're not going to fucking change their ways. They're going to double down, and they're going to, because they're in a delusion. They have to be. You have to go into a delusional world or, yeah. I have a big chip on my shoulder, and I do carry it around. And then mainly it's in that form of respect, like what I said, dude. It's just disrespect and respect. And it shouldn't matter, because that's the problem that that person has. There is no disrespect. There is only how you react to the disrespect, right? And if you don't react to it, then you don't have a problem. Only they do. And that's right. You're right. That's a big character defect that I have. But luckily for me, I don't have anything to really lose. Even though my son is something, but I can't lose him unless somebody kills him. You know what I mean? Like, even being incarcerated, he's still my son. You're not gonna like lock me up forever. You know what I mean? But like, yeah. Yeah, it's not a competition. But it's like I didn't really have anything bad happen to me. I the only bad thing that happened to me was that the one parent that I had has a very, very extreme, possibly mental illness and possibly alcoholism, but definitely narcissistic personality disorder. And the gaslighting, the arguing, triggering for in order to start fights, to fire dopamine, being identified as a fresh source. That's the one that's gonna give it to you, dude. And then so constantly being picked on and um, neglected, dude. Like real bad, dude. And then being put down for not having things. Just a real bad, the worst case scenario of an extremely abusive, miserable person suffering from narcissistic personality disorder. Got pregnant at a very early age and didn't want that kid, and made that known to the kid, right? So there was a lot of things that I had to that I'm still working on, dude. I know this type of person very well. And that cap on the fucking thing right there, where he or she said, I didn't say anything, I'm here to be your friend too. That shows me that they are a very sophisticated, very well-developed, narcissistic person. And that it's never going to be good. It's only going to be constant arguing and strife, because that's what they're looking for, whether they want to admit it or not. That is. And they're in a delusion. The only way it could exist like that is by being in a delusion. So there's nothing you could say or do to them. When we started talking like this, as soon as I stopped putting them down and saying, like, you don't have any content and all that shit, and then just truth was coming out and like this, and you stopping and you're thinking about what you say before you say it, and you're choosing your words very carefully, and you're clearly explaining the information that you have, and you're citing the examples that they did, that person was gone. You see what I mean? Is any time that you're taking them out of delusion, they will fucking disappear. Doof. That might help you to when you fucking feel like some of those are coming on, because they will, man. They'll identify you as a fresh source, you know? They might being like the way you are, but and you know, probably what your kid's dad did to you. That's what my kid's mother did to me. She's the highest order of fucking narcissist. See, I didn't even have this awakening until maybe 2 years ago at the most. I was just totally being victimized by a hardcore narcissist of the highest caliber, dude, that has, you know, like God did give you, you know, what it takes to keep a fresh source of, you know, men around you, dude. And so therefore, it was very easy for her to remain delusional, because you never had to fucking face reality, and you could just beat people into the fucking ground, and they know exactly what they're doing. They just don't care, dude. And it's fucked up. How often does your kid's father see your kids? Does he have any contact? You said you have a boy? I'm not trying to pry.
Hey, Dad,
I'm just...
do you know where the good cord is?
Nah, I don't know which one it is, dude.
God damn it.
I'm gonna make some steaks, though. Well, I'm trying, dude. It's not as good because, like, I didn't have a father, dude, either. So I have no, like, example at all. And I notice that everybody, they, just by having that person in the background all the time, like, even if it's just a shadow, it does rub off on you, dude. And you are like that person, dude. I see it in my son watching me from the corner of the eye sometimes and emulating what I'm doing. And so when you don't have that, it's like, of course, you have a higher level of feminine energy or like something going on, because anything other than a serious masculine energy, because you just, where would I take that example from? Movies, TV shows, like, yeah, there's all that. That's all there, but that's it. That's all it is. Right? When it comes down to it, I'm like actually a guy that has to fucking live the way I'm living because I just didn't have it put into me. I don't know. See, my son knows. He already knows just by having his father around in his life, because I've seen what his mentality is and what my mentality was. And my mentality was, when my back was against the wall, I needed something, like I have to find like a job or somebody that needs help and go work for them. And in reality, how my son's mind works is when he needs something, he starts thinking, I need to go find somebody that needs a service and provide that service so I can make some money. Like that's all. So his mind is already like business minded. He from the gate, he's not thinking about working for somebody else in order to provide for himself because that's how it works. You're sort of born into bondage by not having that man as a fucking as a provider and a teacher. You're sort of forced to go find it for yourself in multiple of places, and it's not the same thing. It's usually just a oh god, Ghosty, what are you doing? Oh man, I just spilled all my fucking seeds. I was saving these. I should go put these out in the garden, huh? Some of these pumpkin seeds. God, sorry to get all fucking all up in my fucking face like that. I just got fucking dumb cat knocked over all these pumpkin seeds. So I'm gonna go throw them out in the garden. My little garden. It's just a patch. You know what? I need to fucking raise this up actually. And then there's these ones up here. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Fucking cat. Dude, that's not my cat. I guarantee that's a cat from somewhere else that came in here because of the females and just shitted right here. Why would you just do that, dude? My cats wouldn't do that. Fuck. I'm trying to give this sweetgrass some water. Anyway. That's crazy, dude. Now we have that motherfucker identified as a... Well, it's just, you know what? Unfortunately, the way the world works is, in the school system, is we train our brains, or we breed slave mentality, because that's how you get it to work, dude. And you could see it. I've seen videos people have put out, like the founder who founded the public education system in America. It was like, there are all these famous names that you've heard of before, like Hastings or I forget, but they were like slavers, dude, and they have like books that they wrote, and that's when Darwin came out, and they were into eugenics, and they really fucking believed it, dude, and and you know what, man? Breaking up of the family. Oh, look at this boy. How'd you get up here, Ghosty? See, I put these up here so that the cats can't jump up, right? Because it's menacing. Because then they'll spray on my fucking artwork. Oh, he's just rubbing on the deer horns. Give me a kiss, Ghosty. Look at those eyes. Let me see those eyes, Ghosty. What's wrong? Oh, let me see. You got a cut or something? Damn, it's just acting weird. Give them some water. They're about to have babies. So I'm hoping I get some. Well, I will. I'll get some white ones with 2 different color eyes. Like that. Hey, man. Thanks for making it a fucking great stream, dude. You guys are the shit. Everybody must have been busy. I threw up one. I was thinking about all you guys, and I said, let me throw up a stream, man. And then like 2 or 3 people came in. And that was it. And it was just that fucking bozo talking some other crazy shit. And that, you know what I mean? And, talking some other crazy shit that was all my fault. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, you're just trying to be my friend? Cool. Then fucking help me out, dude. What do you think? What do you think that person is? A chick or a dude? Because I gotta tell you, usually dudes become a lot more aware of the narcissism shit at a much faster rate. You're kind of forced to deal with reality as a man. There's not too much wiggle room there, but like chicks, especially if you're attractive, you can get away with, I don't know, whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. The important thing is that is one cool cat, dude. That is one really cool cat. That cat's magic, dude. This cat, I've read about, there is this actual scientific explanation why, but like that Pokemon shit about when the electricity comes out, that's real. Yeah, it is a dude. But what happens is when the winds come from the desert, we get these desert winds that just blow dry wind all day. And these kind of cats are called Caomanes. Their hairs are hollow. So it's like a really good insulator. But what happens is when the fucking winds are blowing like that, it creates a lot of static electricity. And the electricity builds up inside those hollow tubes and it starts joining other currents from other hairs like little lightning rods, dude. And as that animal's walking, you see at night, because it's hard to see in the daytime, but at night, that cat will come in. It's rare. It's rare as fuck. But when the Santa Anas, they call them the Santa Ana winds here, but they're like desert winds, dude, coming from the east and blowing offshore, which is weird. It's usually onshore, coming from the Pacific jet stream, and it doesn't create electricity. But for some reason, this desert shit, it creates electricity. And when this cat comes in at night, as it's walking, you see all this blue, like lightning bolts, like coming together and forming like bigger lightning bolts, and they like just shoot off through the fur, dude. And if you touch it, you'll get that initial static shock, both of you, but you just keep your hand in there and it goes away. And as you're rubbing through the coat, it's fucking, the electricity is just shooting everywhere. It's crazy, dude. But then as soon as you get grounded, as soon as you get grounded, it fucking shocks them again. And so then they don't really see or know what the fuck's going on. Although I gotta tell you, every time he walks in and the electricity's flowing like that, it is like he knows it. And he's got like a super extra like stride, like, yeah, motherfucker. It's crazy. But but they don't like to be shocked. Or like something like, dude, you got to stop. And then they'll like go away. But yeah, dude, it's like Pokemon, dude, for real. Like how they have that little electricity shit. Japanese cats must have hollow hairs like that. Yeah, he's a good boy, man. He's real cool. Yeah, he makes electricity. He came out of a fucking orange tabby cat. She just had 2 babies. She was really special. And he was one of them, and I never knew. I never seen this kind of cat before. They're very highly regarded in Indonesia as like only royalty could have them, or in Thailand. The word for jewel-eyed cat in Thai is Keomani. So that's what type of cat they're called, Keomanis. So go look it up online. Supposedly, Google has them listed as worth $16,000. Keomani. But that's probably for like a female that's unneutered. But Google claimed they were worth $1,600. The most I've ever gotten for them, if the truth be told, because I always have so many, it's all about just getting rid of them. But I think it was 250, maybe 300 one time. But I usually have so many. It doesn't matter. But I do have a chick, but she kind of got weird, and I haven't like talked to her in a while. But like some other dude that still fuck, he's a really responsible, cool dude, and fucking he fucks with cats, sells cats, he's into it, and he gets like a high value for them. This chick, she got $650 for one of these Keomanis one time. So yeah, they're but 16,000. That's what Google said. It's like, yeah, that's a little much, Google. I don't know. God, my fucking hairs. It's like you electrified me right now, cat. Somehow. Anyway, when I get my hands on that plane, I'll definitely bring you one. I have so many. But he's a good cat, dude. He got up here like that. And he didn't spray on this shit. It's like they speak whatever fucking language you use, dude. It's like they fucking speak it, dude, and they know. Like they know each one of their names. I could tell you, I could call one of their name, and I would be the only one in a room full of 8 cats that looks its head up. Or if I call it over here, right? And there's certain words, I could say the word food. They know what that means, dude. And there's other words too. Like they just know, dude. They're smart. And like when I don't want, he knows I don't like spraying in the house, and he doesn't do it. I'm telling you. Like every now and then I'll catch one, but you know what? It's like by the door, the front door jam, or you know, or if they're just really in a frenzy, like they can't. I don't know, dude. All my cats are so pregnant right now that this frenzy that just happened, it could have been from my babies triggering it. They fucking were. There was some cat in the neighborhood that must have just like had its period or something and ain't pregnant yet, and they just went fucking bananas, man. It was like it's crazy, dude. Mainly just crazy because the males start fighting with each other, but not like in like a drag out, knockout fight way. In like a they do this like growling shit where they front each other off. It's fucking weird. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream. I can hear my son getting impatient. I'm gonna go take him, do what we're gonna go do. You guys have a good fucking day. They say, well, yeah, maybe they could, because they have found Bigfoot hairs, I think, that they can't fucking identify what animal it comes from. I think they also eat, they're like vegetarians, and they probably do have that hollow hair shit with the electricity, dude. I bet. I heard they like to eat cloth. Like they find people a lot of times, like, and they don't hurt kids. They'll find kids that have been missing and they have no way to explain how they survived for a week in the wilderness and they have like no clothes on at all. It's because Bigfoot's eating them. I think it's a vegetarian and it likes the fucking texture. Dude, it would make sense. Cows eat nothing but grass and look how big they get. What if it ate nothing but like moss and like wood chips and had like enzymes in its stomach like mice and deer do that they can digest? It allows them to digest wood, and rabbits, that's why they eat their own poop when they're babies, so that they can get that bacterial enzyme growing in their stomach, because that bacterial enzyme is what breaks the wood in their stomach down from cellulose into carbohydrates. Yup. So fucking that's how rabbits and mice, that's and deers do it, dude. And Bigfoot is maybe a highly evolved example of that. And it would explain how he can live in a wooded rainforest and survive, because you're eating fucking decaying plant material, which a cotton t-shirt would be like filet mignon, dude. And they say, like, I've heard that from people say, like, all that Bigfoot wanted was the shirt, dude, or the fucking wool sweater, and he ate that motherfucker. They find like partially eaten clothes, and like people that survive in the woods, especially kids, and then they fucking find them and they haven't. They like always are missing the clothes and fucking and there's no like there's scratches like they were driven through the brush at a really high rate of speed, which would make sense if Bigfoot had them like this and was like, "Ugh," like just tearing through the brush, dude. Right? It's just like, yep, elephants don't eat meat either. I bet you, dude, an elephant would eat a cotton fucking shirt like nothing, dude. Donkey would, for sure. Yep, it sure would. A goat would, dude. They must have a lot of enzyme in their stomach. Damn, man, I hate to end the stream, dude. It's like still a good amount of people in here. Everybody's having fun and whatever. Guys are listening into it. Hey. But my son's getting. I told him I'd do something. I gotta finish doing this. I did fucking clean up the whole house, which is awesome. Right? Dude, how much bigger disrespect can it be when somebody, one of the most intimate things, I'll leave you with this, Stoic, if you just to save you from being sucked in to that fucking narcissist bullshit. Somebody's religion is like one of the most sacred things about that person. To start bad mouthing or putting down somebody's religion or an altar of a god that somebody is like showing you, dude, they're taking you into their most private and intimate of places, and you immediately started gaslighting by disrespectfully calling me names. Blasphemer, said that's disgusting, said something else like called you a sheep. That's not disrespectful. That's not disrespectful or meant to incite a negative feeling or put you on blast. That's your friend. That's your friend. You're here to be my friend, and that's the kind of stuff you say to friends. Bro, take your friendship and shove up your ass. I want your friendship like I want cancer in my asshole. That's right. And I'm just giving you advice because you seem like a good kid. You do not need friends like that, dude. Because all it will be is a constant state of negativity or put downs or trifling, arguing. And it's always your fault. Your fault. Like, well, this is your fault. So I'm here to be your friend too. I don't know why you're tripping. Just because I called you a sheep and fucking and a blasphemer when I was just showing you a fucking, statue that I bought and how I figured out that they have to make the blood. It's very difficult to make blood seem innocent and fragile. It's really easy to make it look gross and scary. And I learned that because I was, like fixing the feet. And you went into a whole tirade that was all disrespect and putting me down. Remember? I'm just saying that because I'm remembering, because I'm looking at my altar right now. And I'm like, wait a minute, that motherfucker said all that shit. Like, how the fuck? Like, you definitely don't want friends like that because they're just going to be constantly saying negative things. And why would you want, when there's people like you that say positive things? You know what I mean? But I know, you just keep it for what it's worth. But I'll tell you this. If I ever get a chance to bring you back into reality, or at least bust out the reality so that it either shows you what the fuck's really going on or gets you the fuck away, drives you away, then I've achieved both of my goals because I don't want friends like that. Like, it's bad enough if somebody you want to come and feed my algorithm and shit, I'll tolerate an enemy, but a friend, you want to be a friend like that? No, I figure that's worse than an enemy because at least you know where you stand. That shit, they be playing games with your motherfucking ass like a fucking toy and make you think you're fucking crazy or there's something wrong with you or you're the motherfucker. That is the lowest form of shittery that you could do, dude. I can promise you that you are the last motherfucking concern on their mind. You will always be a fucking nothing more than a source of strife and arguing, which is what they really fucking want, dude. So I'm not gonna give it to you. I'll just give you some truth, and you can feed my algorithm, right? And I'll feed your mouth with fucking dick. Right? I didn't even say that to you, like in front of you, still, because you're cool and I have respect for you, dude. I like you, but I just had to let that slip out there because I know that motherfucking worm is still in here, and it's probably eating him alive to fucking stay off the keyboard, right? But he's gonna watch it again anyway, later, 1,000 times. Yeah, they become an expert. You become an expert. They become experts at it, dude, at our expense. Just remember that, dude. Just remember that, dude. It's worse than drugs because at least the drugs you can fucking get away from it. You know, these motherfuckers will follow you around forever. You know what I mean? Anyway, one day we'll be so rich enough that none of these motherfuckers will have our number or channels. So just saying. Thanks for popping in, dude. It's probably just me and you right now, which is cool. Anyway, have a great day, dude. I hope you have a great day. You're in my prayers.